TNA Wrestling. Cross the line.
Tonight, it's about more than the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. Tonight, there's more on the line than the reputation of two great warriors. Tonight, inside this cage, what's at stake? It's the career. It's the livelihood of one man. Because tonight, inside these 6 sides of steel, if he should lose to Kurt Angle, then Samoa Joe must say goodbye to the only thing he knows, to the only thing he loves, professional wrestling. Tonight, we answer the question, is this Samoa Joe's final stand? Welcome to Lockdown.
I am as old as the earth. My essence has existed since the beginning of time, born in frigid blackness, forged by scorching hot flame. I am steel. Cold, merciless, unforgiving. I have no heart. I have no soul. And you mortals cannot conquer me. Here I stand tall and erect, and brave men quiver and fall at my feet. I will rip your skin, tear your flesh, spill your blood, scar your very souls.
Samoa Joe, as much as you want to kick my ass, I want to kick your ass even more.
You caused me tonight. I return it tenfold, tenfold. No remorse. I'll leave my face.
And we go lockdown. Team Cage leaves Team Tonko for dead.
He's gonna kill you. Joe is gonna kill you. I am the harbinger of hell, the devourer of dreams.
Domino's gonna do
Joe is gonna kill you.
Oh, it's real.
Amen.
Gracias. En nombre del Padre, y Filii, y Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
God have mercy on their souls. TNA Wrestling presents the most dangerous pay-per-view of the year, Lockdown.
You are looking live at a jam-packed, rockin' Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts, as TNA debuts in the greater Boston area with the unique, one-of-a-kind, all-steel cage format that we call Lockdown. In here, the roof is going to be blown off this place. But today, back to you. Wow, unbelievable. Thanks very much, JB. And hello once again, everyone, from ringside in Boston. It's Mike today, soon to be joined by my broadcast colleague Don West. Does it come any bigger than putting your career at stake like Samoa Joe will tonight? I can tell you it certainly doesn't. Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But let's kick off Lockdown with a title match, the X Division Championship on the line. And yes, it is. In the opener, the X Division Escape. Black Machismo Jay Lethal to put that X Division gold on the line. And let's break it down for you with the X Factors. For well over a month, we've been that fly on the wall watching Lethal and SoCal Val, X Division champ, more inspired than ever. For the past 5 weeks, we've qualified 5 men on Impact to face Black Machismo tonight. One of the 5, his best friend, Sanjay the Guru Dutt. Elimination by pin or submission. Until we reach the final 2, at that point, you can only win by escaping the cage, either over the top or through the door. First to touch the floor wins it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your TNA Lockdown opening contest, an escape match for the TNA X Division Championship. Introducing first from Japan, he's hot, he's spicy, he tastes great, Curry Man!
Don West, oh, I know you can feel the energy, the electricity. You were out among them in the crowd as everybody's on their feet to welcome New Japan Pro Wrestling. Curry Man, yes, it's time for that X Division Championship matches in this awesome.
I'll tell you what, Mike, there is no pay-per-view more unique in the world than Lockdown. Every single match inside the 6 nights of King Steel, and to start it off with a title match, why wouldn't we?
The second participant from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Johnny Devine.
You referred to Lockdown as the most unique pay-per-view in professional wrestling. At the same time, you've got to label it the most dangerous as well, because as you said, every match to be contested in the very unforgiving 6 sides of steel. Check out Johnny Devine, the X Division traitor who has aligned himself with Team 3D, coming down to the ringside area and positioning that paparazzi cam just outside the cage. If there's anybody that doesn't deserve to be the X Division champ, it's this traitor Johnny Devine.
But Mike, he's somebody to keep your eye on. He's a wild card. He's obviously not afraid of anybody. Johnny Devine will do anything and everything that it takes to win this match. Remember, you got to get to the final 2, and then it's who can escape the cage.
The next participant from Marietta, Georgia, Consequences Creed.
Young man in his early 20s made his TNA Impact debut with a bang. He qualified for this matchup. How about that? When you're a young kid breaking into TNA, to get that first big, important win under your belt, and as a result of that win, to qualify for a championship match?
Think about this, Mike. It's like winning a golf tournament your first time out and winning the Masters on your second attempt. That is what this guy can do tonight. In his second match in TNA in a row, he can win the X Division title tonight. That's incredible.
That could be the case if Consequences Creed is victorious tonight, but boy, now that's an awful big accomplishment if he does so. Crowd here in Boston loves Consequences Creed. Time to introduce the man who's been called the best friend of the champ.
From Bombay, India, he is the Guru, Sanjay Dutt.
Mike, you mentioned it, the best friend of Black Machismo Jay Lethal, but in a match like this, it's worth keeping your eye on it because the title's on the line, and we've seen friendships laid to waste when that's at stake.
I think that's going to be a very interesting key to this match. Certainly 5 challengers for Black Machismo's title, but then when you pare it down and you'll get one of the 5, it's his best buddy, the Guru.
Give me a shield, yeah.
Shark Boy.
You ever seen anything like it? Don't tell me you have.
No, I've never seen anything. It is a fever pitch. When he comes out, they just love this new attitude, and he's going to need this new attitude to try to make sure he's one of the final two participants so he can have a chance to escape the cage.
And finally, from Elizabeth, New Jersey, he is the defending TNA X Division Champion, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal.
He's got his work cut out for him, to say the least. I don't care if his best friend, the Guru Sanjay Dutt, is one of the 5 challengers. Think of the position that he's in. He's got to come in here into this 6 sides of steel match, and he's got to face, well, at least we know for certain 4 other men that are going to do everything, and I mean everything, within their power to take away that gold championship belt that he so proudly carries to the ring. SoCal Val cheers him on here at ringside. That's Black Machismo.
Well, that belt X has a giant X on its back. It is a huge target. Let's face it, the other 5 want what he has, and that means the odds are stacked against you. He's going to hope that the Guru Sanjay Dutt, I think, can help work with him a little bit, because it's just unbelievable. The odds are so incredible to try to come out of there a champion and retain your championship when all 5 are zeroed in on your belt.
Cover the rules one more time, because there's really 2 main aspects to this match. We open it up with, in essence, an elimination match. Pinfall or submission. We'll narrow it down to the final 2 competitors. At that time, and at that time only, you win the match by escaping the 6 sides of steel. You can do that by climbing up and over the top of the cage and down to the arena floor, or by going through the cage door. Bottom line, it's the first guy whose feet touch the floor that will leave Lockdown as the X Division title holder.
You said it, Mike, as you see a beautiful Hurricane Rana to start it off by Sanjay Dutt, who I still say is the fastest man in the X Division. And you see him go right after Johnny Devine, and just showing that speed and that agility and that athletic ability that he has. He's going to have to use every bit of it as Johnny Devine walks by. Everybody just using him as a ping pong ball. But, oh, the Guru went for it. He ended up hitting Curryman instead, and that tags him in.
I mean, why wouldn't they? This is the guy who turned his back on the entire X Division, and everybody has a chance for a free shot. We talked earlier about his best buddy. The champ Jay Lethal uses his pal, the Guru, as a weapon, crashes him down on a Curryman. Oh, beautiful enziguri delivered to the back of the head. Little necktie type situation by the champ. Oh, well, the Guru springs off that middle rope.
I'm going to tell you something, folks. Keep in mind that cage ends up acting like a weapon in every single matchup, because when you hit it, look at the double team. Look at how Guru and Black Machismo are working together right now, and Shark Boy gets the jawbreaker, and wow, the somersault into the clothesline.
You're right, roll through with the clothesline by the Guru. They embrace in the middle of the ring, inside the 6 sides of steel. Devine fired off into the corner. Double team action going to continue here. They're going to position him up on that top rope. Guru, Lethal make their way all the way to the top. What's going on here?
Wow, here we go. There is like a pyramid. Oh, man, but look at this. Johnny Devine held onto the cage, used the cage to his advantage, and it was Black Machismo and the Guru that took the worst of it. Oh, nice move there by Consequences Creed, and he's feeling lucky.
Now, momentarily, it was Johnny Devine outsmarting 4 of the other competitors in this match, but then Consequences turned it around on him. Big boot to the midsection by Lethal.
Whoa!
Oh, man. Look at that. Swung him around. Takes the Guru up. He then snapped off the champ Jay Lethal right down onto Consequences Creed.
Well, that's sending the message right there to Black Machismo. That's letting him know that, hey, I'll work together when it's worth our while. But don't forget, this is about the gold. Don't forget the X Division, something I never had. What a stunner right there. Here he goes. The Guru able to pull him off after the chummer. But then look at this, Johnny Devine's rolled up the Guru, and he's got the pin.
Just got it. Just like that. You saw the first elimination in this matchup. Well, now think of the landscape of this match. To me, it totally changes at this point with the elimination of the Guru Sanjay Dutt, because Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, no longer has his best friend inside the cage.
Oh yeah, Black Machismo right now has got to feel really like that target is getting bigger and bigger now. Look at Shark Boy going right after Johnny Devine. The Guru is eliminated. Man, the blows raining on the top of the head, breaks the neck down on the top rope. and you can see Shark Boy feeling it tonight.
Shark Boy follows up the assault, follows up the attack on Johnny Devine. Series of shots with the boot, placed right into the chest, right into the neck and throat of Devine. And then when he turns around, Consequences Creed caught him with a big shot to the midsection and then just powered him right overhead. You can see that he dropped Shark Boy on the back of his head.
Boy, it was. He just was authority. And now look at him going right into the gut of Curryman. Just bringing those shots right into the midsection, throwing him in the turnbuckle. Oh, but he committed himself. Curryman saw it, and then just sets him up and then does the clap right over the ears of the head.
Yeah, rings his bell in the corner. Curryman. He's on the way. Here he comes.
Wow.
Flying hip attack on Consequences Creed.
People don't realize how painful that is. I mean, he just points the point of that hip right into the back, hits him with full force, and it just knocks the air out of you. Look at this. Shark Boy Curryman doing a little teamwork. Oh, wait a minute. Shark Boy got knocked into Curryman.
Well, they've been a tag team recently here in TNA. Meeting of the Minds doesn't work out too well for them, but that hammerlock DDT, he calls it the Creed DT, and Consequences Creed just got the win.
Shark Boy's just been eliminated at the Creed DT, and then Consequences Creed right after Curryman, the knee, and look at that athleticism, and then he just stops, hesitates, and then nails him with the clothesline. Oh, Curryman was almost pinned.
2 down, 4 still to go in this X Division escape. I think it's interesting to note that the Guru, Sanjay Dutt, did not go to the back when he was eliminated. He's staying right out here at the ringside area, right outside the cage, and he's cheering on his man, the champ, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. Curryman walks up the back of Creed, charges across, decks him with the clothesline.
What a clothesline it was. And you can see him bowing, pointing up. Gonna go up top, gonna go high. Oh my gosh, what in the world is Curryman doing? He can't win by escaping, so he's going up here to do something dangerous. This is unreal.
And check out Johnny Devine. Johnny Devine shaking that far side of the 6 sides of steel, and Curryman in that precarious, well, the most precarious of all positions in the cage. The headbutts by Devine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Curryman is in a bad spot. And you see the rights going to Johnny Devine. As you see, Johnny Devine back headbutts. Black Machismo down to the ground, and look at this. Oh no, you see Curryman trend. Wow! Whoa! Johnny Devine went for something crazy and he missed.
Shooting star, nobody home. Running clothesline by Black Machismo. Followed up by another big lariat that was right on target. Devine for the ride. High hip toss takeover. Cartwheel up, but Creed is right there to cut off the champ.
You got to admire what Consequences Creed did. He stayed in the corner. He was recovering, and he let these guys do these crazy things, and he was waiting, and now Devine and Creed, what a back body drop. They almost sent him to the top of the cage with that thing.
And you still see Curryman almost as if he's waiting for just the right moment. Way up on top of the 6 sides of steel. Meanwhile, look out below.
Oh my God! What a moonsault! A moonsault off the top of the cage, Mike, today! That was freaking insane!
We've got to take another look at this. Come on, guys in the truck, give it to us.
Look at this! He comes off the top and nails Creed and Devine at the same time. What a shot by Curryman!
Right somersault off the top by New Japan's Curryman. Coming right in at Creed. Flying hip attack, caught Devine anyway. Could be the spice rack here.
Here it is. He just cleaned it right in the face. 1, 2, 3. Got it!
Consequences Creed has been eliminated.
Creed is out. That is the 3rd elimination of the 6 competitors, which means, yes, we're down to the final 3. Here's a quick roll-up. Devine's got it.
Whoa, so
close. Man, he had those tights hooked, too.
I'll tell you what, great move by Devine, but now he's caught in the middle, and they're just sending him over the net. One shot after another, and you can see Machismo, Curryman work together, the clothesline. Here it is. 1, 2, go! Oh my God, he got the shoulder up, Mike.
Can't get closer than that. Barely got it up. The exasperated look of SoCal Val, plus the Guru cheering on. Shoulders of Lethal down for a 2 count as Curryman almost eliminated the defending champion.
Look at Black Machismo, though, just spring up and start catching Curryman right to the chin. Shot after another, and then the elbow to the head. But Curryman just sent him into that turnbuckle. Oh, he gets the boot up.
Lethal. perched up on the rope, able to push down Curryman, who came right at him. Leapfrog over the top, spice rack on the way for the champ. Curryman's got him.
He hits the spice rack.
Here we go.
1, 2, all with a kick to the head. Divine just did a kick. He broke it up. And I tell you what, he realizes he's got him. Oh, he hits the divine intervention. Curryman is done. Curryman is done, and now he's got a wounded Machismo to finish off. Brilliant by Divine.
Curryman has been eliminated.
It was a great strategy move by Johnny Divine, the X Division traitor. I've got to give him that. You saw the Divine intervention, which just eliminates him. And yes, now it's escape time. Over the top, down to the floor, through that cage door. Divine trying to make his way out. You can see that Lethal hooked his leg to deprive him of that ability. Who's it going to be? The defending champ Lethal, or one of the challengers, Johnny Divine, that leaves Lockdown with the X Division title?
He just put him right into that cage face first. That unforgiving cage with no give. And now he's taking the tape off of his wrist. And he's taping up Jay Lethal to the ropes. So there's no way that Jay Lethal can stop him from escaping. Oh man, Johnny Divine using all the tricks in the book. What a move here by Johnny Divine to keep Lethal. And Johnny Divine is going to walk right out of here with that X Division title.
Oh, I don't believe it. The X Division traitor, you're right, Don, took that tape off of his wrist, and he's got Black Machismo, Jay Lethal. He's got him hooked to that top rope.
Look at this!
The Guru is back up right at the cage door, and he's not going to let him out. Sanjay says no way.
Look at this, the Guru's telling him he's coming to Machismo's A. He's pointing up. He's telling him he better go over the top. But he's doing everything he can to give Machismo extra time.
Oh, the Guru, Sanjay Dutt, looking underneath the ring. What does he have in his hand? Some kind of a tool.
It looks like an electrician's knife. He throws it in, hands it right now to Jay Lethal on Johnny Divine. It's so close. Jay Lethal just looking at him, staring at him. Look at this. Oh,
Johnny Divine making his way down the cage. Wow. Lethal dives to the floor. He's out first.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner and still TNA X Division Champion, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal.
Unbelievable move. Sanjay Dutt gives him the cutters. He gets loose from the tape, and a split second before Divine hit the floor, SoCal now opens the door, and he suicide dives right for the win.
You talk about a situation where he gets by with a little help from his friends.
Oh, you got that right.
That's exactly the case tonight as we open Lockdown. Black Machismo, Jay Lethal score the assist to Sanjay Dutt, the Guru, and SoCal Val. But Black Machismo keeps the goal here at Lockdown. He remains the X Division champion.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. Johnny Divine deserved that. Using the tape from his wrist to tie up Black Machismo. I'd love to see some of the action in this matchup, Mike, because that was unbelievable. The things that Curryman did off the top of the cage. Look at that. That was the pyramid, but Divine was too smart. Then right here, the quick roll-up by Divine. And he caught the Guru off guard for the first elimination. But there's the Creed ET.
Consequences, Creed hit it on Shark Boy, and that eliminated him. Yeah, he was elimination number 2. Here's that incredible move off the top of the cage by Curryman. Then he hit the spice rack on Consequences, Creed, and he got the 3 count on him. Johnny Divine, Divine intervention. He just spiked him. Curryman right on top of his head.
Well, that Divine intervention is one of the scariest things I've ever seen, and then here he is, using that electrical tape. That tape he puts around his wrist, he had it. But Jay Lethal, with the assist from SoCal Val, does the suicide dive for the win in a split second.
There you see the post-match celebration. The champ, yes, Black Machismo, Jay Lethal, his best buddy, the Guru Sanjay Dutt, and yeah, champ's girlfriend, SoCal Val, to the back in JB. Thanks, guys. I am here with internationally known fighter Frank Trigg. Frank, you've been in the ring with the best of them, Matt Hughes, George St. Pierre. You know what it's like to be in these high-profile, big-money matchups like we're having tonight with Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle. From your observation, right now, what is going through the mind of these two individuals, and who has the edge?
Well, first thing going through my mind is whether I'm a punch in the head or punch in the stomach. Thanks for bringing up two of my best nightmares that I still reoccur every night. If Kurt, who I know is kind of like me, and Joe are doing what I normally do, at this point in time, I'm usually thrown up as I'm trying to warm up. It's a little nerve-wracking. You're about to have a lot of people yelling your name. and the other half of the people will be booing you. It gets a little nerve-wracking backstage. But Kurt's done this before. He's been here, big match, tough matches. He, won Olympic gold in 96, won the Worlds in 97, beat one of the best wrestlers in the world, the Iranian, to win the gold medal. It's not like he's unaccustomed to being in tough matches. Samoa Joe, on the other hand, hasn't really had that big limelight. I mean, obviously, he's failed 3 times in trying to beat Kurt before for the heavyweight title. I don't see him doing it again tonight. He does have a little bit of advantage on the ground. Samoa Joe does, because of his leg locks, his heel hooks, his knee bars. But when you got Kurt punching in the face at the same time you're trying to do it, it's not going to go well for Samoa Joe. I do see Samoa Joe be able to hang for a little while, but really the intensity that Kurt brings to the game is really going to push him off. And honestly, I just don't see a way that Samoa Joe could win this fight.
So even after this intense training in California, nothing he could have picked up along the way, maybe given the advantage, something maybe Kurt wasn't expecting?
Nothing against Marcus Davis. I mean, he is a great competitor. He's a great trainer. He put, Samoa Joe, I talked to him a little bit about, the train camp. He put him through an 8-week training camp, but he smashed it into 5 weeks to kind of make it work together. It's not enough. It is probable. I mean, it's probable that he could beat Kurt. I mean, but I could probably be president of the United States. I'm an American-born citizen. It could happen. It's not going to happen. It just isn't going to happen. And it's unfortunate because Samoa Joe has done so much for pro wrestling. And he really has put his heart and his soul and his life into this game that he's going to have to walk away from tonight after he loses. Because, like he said 5 weeks ago, if I lose and walking away, he's out of here tonight. Hopefully we'll have a good couple bottles of champagne and his going away party.
All right. Interesting words there from Frank Trigg. As we are set for the big main event matchup later on tonight, Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. But right now, it's time to find out who is going to be the queen of the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the TNA Knockout Queen of the Cage match. Introducing the first participant from Los Angeles, California, Christy Hemme.
Yes, we are back inside this jam-packed Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts for the Queen of the Cage. Here comes the very vocal ballet of the Rock and Rave Infection, Christy Hemme.
Hide your microphone. Hide your microphone, Mike Tenay.
I don't think there's any way that we're going to give Christy Hemme the microphone tonight here at Lockdown. No, we don't have to worry about that screeching and squealing.
Representing the Latin American Exchange, she is Salinas.
Yes, the representative of LAX. It's Salinas headed down, second participant here tonight in the Queen of the Cage at our Lockdown pay-per-view event. There's going to be 8 knockouts involved in this matchup. Salinas to join Christy Hemme.
The next participant in the Knockout Queen of the Cage match is the pride of Tennessee, Jeff Cohen.
She's been aligned with the Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm. Even before that, Don, a very extensive professional career for the pride of Tennessee, Jacqueline.
In my mind, this is the favorite. In my mind, this is somebody with her experience who knows how to brawl. Because you got to brawl outside of the cage to work your way in. First 2 that make it in, it's pinfall or submission to crown the Queen of the Cage. Keep your eyes on the pride of Tennessee, folks.
Well, you called her the favorite, and I have to agree at this point, especially when you look at that experience factor, the edge that she has.
From St. Mary's, Ontario, Canada, Tracy Brooks.
Yet on the other hand, when you're talking about experience, let's just say in recent matchups over the course of the past few months, maybe look at somebody like Tracy Brooks. She's been there too.
Well, she's been in some brawls as of late, and I mean, think about it. She's gotten to get some good experience from wrestling with Booker T. I mean, who else but Booker T to help get you ready for a match like this?
Ladies and gentlemen, the next participants first from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Angelina Love. And from the Big Apple, Velvet Sky.
the beautiful people of the TNA Knockouts. And if you don't believe it, just ask Angelina Love and Velvet Sky. They have a very high opinion of themselves. And how about that recent situation with the Voodoo Queen, Roxy Laveau, and the makeover that went south?
Well, as far as they're concerned, everybody but them needs a new makeover. I mean, that's their MO. But one thing about it, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky, you got to keep an eye on them because they will work together.
You know, they told me when they saw that shirt and tie combination, they were thinking of a makeover for you.
As long as they do it, it's cool with me.
Iron Man, Rocco Khan.
Well, I know we call the bullet points for the X Division the X Factor. But to me, this is the X Factor of this TNA Knockouts matchup because so little is known about what Rocco Khan can do in a match.
Well, one thing about her, she's intimidating, a little bit like Awesome Kong. You look at her and you just think of the possibilities someone that size can do in a match like this.
The freak of Big Papa Puck Scott Steiner and Petey Williams.
Think about it.
And the final participant from Congo Square in New Orleans, Louisiana, Roxy Laveau.
Boy, talk about a roller coaster ride of emotions for one of the TNA Knockouts. Go back just a couple of months when BKM kicked her to the curb. BG and Kip James, they're going to settle their differences later tonight. They fired the Voodoo Queen, Roxy Laveau. The problems that she's had in recent weeks, especially with Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, the beautiful people tell me she might be looking for some revenge tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the rules for this match. All 8 knockouts will start on the arena floor. The first 2 to flight and climb their way into the ring will then have a singles match won by pinfall or submission to determine the #1 contender for the Knockouts title and will be declared the first ever TNA Knockout Queen of the Cage. It all starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fight!
This is what I love about Lockdown. Yes, every match is in the 6 sides of steel, but there's that little different hook to every match here at our Lockdown pay-per-view, and you're certainly seeing that on display here with this, yes, Queen of the Cage matchup. You've got to get inside the cage. First 2 that do, they'll then have a match to be decided, as David Penzer said, by pin or submission.
Well, one thing I noticed, Angelina Love, Velvet Sky went right after Roxy Laveau, but look at Rocco Khan just busting away. You saw Jacqueline going crazy. Tracy Brooks and, oh man, Velvet Sky just put Roxy Laveau's face right on the ring apron. You can see Angelina Love climbing away, trying to get to the top, and that's the thing. If you can get high enough, they can't stop you. And it looks like Angelina Love is gonna make it in if she can continue on unimpeded, Mike.
But she's got to be, certainly, Don, a huge favorite at this point because she's already there. She's already up. She's inside the cage with nobody at all trying to stop her. She's the first. Who's going to be the second? Who's going to face her? I see, well, Velvet Sky climbing up on the far side.
What kind of a matchup would that be? A situation where Velvet Sky, Angelina Love going at it. Rocco Khan doing her best as you see Salinas. Christy Hemme pulling on those big long legs of that genetic freak. And look at this, Velvet Sky almost got up. Roxy Laveau knocking her there. And you can see Jacqueline, Miss Brooks trying to get in, and now it's a race to the top. Roxy Laveau's got the lead. Roxy Laveau's got over the top. Can she get down in time? Roxy Laveau, Angelina Love. It's pinfall or submission.
But Voodoo Queen looked pretty comfortable, making her way up and over the top of the cage and then inside the 6 sides of steel. Referee Rudy Charles, TNA senior official, says let's turn these girls loose. At this point, it's win by pin or submission, and you will be crowned the first ever TNA Knockout Queen of the Cage. Got a little good news, bad news situation for the winner. You're going to get a title shot. You're going to be the #1 contender. That would be the good news. The bad news, the champion is Awesome Kong.
Great point right today. Oh, what an elbow. What a shot by Roxy Laveau. One thing Roxy Laveau's got to have right now, confidence. Why? Because she doesn't have to worry about Velvet Sky trying to sneak in from behind. Because he's 1, 2, almost got the pin. Angelina Love, she can't depend on Velvet Sky now. There is no way to run, nowhere to hide inside the 6 sides of steel. It's one-on-one, but Angelina Love with a vicious jawbreaker on the Voodoo Queen.
That's the beauty of the 6 sides of steel. Not have to worry about that outside interference as we see that big flying clothesline. Angelina not going to go for the pin. Instead, she takes the Voodoo Queen by the head and then just repeatedly bashes her on the canvas. Tell everybody about the history between these two. Hasn't been too good as of late, has it?
Well, after the makeover attempt where Roxy Laveau fell for it, thought they were actually going to try to help her, and then they just turned it into something ugly and disgusting. And now Angelina Love taking the scarf and just wrapping it around the neck and choking Roxy Laveau. Angelina Love just has a mean streak to her, and I'll tell you what, you can look at her and realize the shape she's in. But look at Roxy Laveau, counters and tries to put her head in the cage, but Angelina Love stops it.
You're right, Angelina able to put on the brakes, swing and a miss with the clothesline.
Nice
boy,
kick.
What a boot that was, and with authority, right on the cover, far leg hook, 2 count only for Angelina Love in the pin attempt on the Voodoo Queen.
I'll tell you what, Angelina Love, though, she just gave the kick right to the jaw. She's really mad at referee Rudy Charles. She thought she had the 3 count. Roxy Laveau got the shoulder up in plenty of time, but now look at this. You can see her putting that boot to the back of the head while the neck is choking against the ropes. And that's just knocking the wind out of her, and Angelina Love just toying with Roxy Laveau right now, Mike.
You're right, Voodoo Queen certainly on the defensive, in trouble. Angelina gonna shoot her across. Quick reversal there. First the boot. Gonna try and take her up into the air. Got her back, got her up on her shoulders. Angelina able to fight it off. Drops down on her feet. Turns Roxy around, drilled her with the boot. Oh, what a plant that was. She calls that the lights out.
Well, it looks like it's lights out. She hit it with perfection, and you can see Roxy Laveau just looking up. 2, whoa! Got the shoulder up, and I'm telling you, that was just in time, Professor.
Well, you can certainly see the frustration being exhibited by Angelina Love. You said it best. She hit the lights out move, planted her with it, thought she had the 3 count. Boy, listen to the fans, Don, here at the Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts. They're behind the Voodoo Queen, Roxy Laveau.
Oh, you hear the chants of Roxy, Roxy, as Angelina Love's got to hear it too. And Roxy Laveau trying to get around there, but Angelina Love turns it to her favor.
Gonna try and roll her up off the
1,
ropes. Here's
2.
the pin attempt. Roxy able to use her leg strength to send her right off and into the cage face first. Wow.
Oh, you saw this move on
We
this
saw
head.
this. We sure did. The Voodoo drop. We saw it on Thursday Night Impact.
She's got her set.
Look out.
Oh, the Voodoo drop right on the spine. 2, out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, the Queen of the Cage, Roxy Laveau.
First ever TNA Knockout Queen of the Cage. It's Roxy Laveau, and as a result, she's gonna move on. She's gonna get that title shot against the TNA Knockout champ.
Well,
the awesome Tom.
The Voodoo Queen is the Queen of the Cage.
On that note, yes, let's send in the newest member of the TNA broadcast team. That's Lauren, standing by with Samoa Joe.
Joe, tonight it's all or nothing for you. A situation you put yourself in. If you beat Kurt Angle, you fulfill your dream of becoming the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. However, if you lose, you must walk away from professional wrestling forever.
You know, there's really no need for me to reiterate what I said 5 weeks ago. I know what I said. And while the rest of the world has sat back and they keep wondering, what's Joe going to do if he leaves wrestling? What's next for Joe if he loses tonight? Know that I haven't put thought one to it. Because there's only one possible outcome tonight. One possible outcome, Kurt. And you see, for all your bravado, for everything that you said, you know one thing. Kurt, you know that I can do it. You know I can take from you. And I'll be damned, Kurt, I'll be damned if you take from me tonight. You see, I've bled, I've sweat, I've sacrificed, I've given my life to this sport, Kurt. And if you think that you're gonna walk in, if you think this is your grand swan song, if you think for 1 minute that you will take this away from me, Kurt, you're sadly mistaken, because I've come here tonight with a mission. You see, Kurt, you hold what I desire, and I will give anything for it. I will sacrifice my career, I will sacrifice my life. And tonight, Kurt Angle, you will know where we both stand. You see, I didn't lay hands on you at Impact for one reason. I wanted you to be your very best. So at the end of the night, when you're staring up at me, you will know without a shadow of a doubt, I am the TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
Brian James, April 13th, Boston, Mass. Lockdown. You and me locked in a cage. When you look at a wild animal in a cage, you feel safe and secure. But if you get thrown in the cage with a wild animal, that's a whole different story. And I know you're asking yourself, well, what kind of wild animal can you possibly turn into? Huh. Well, it just so happens that I have a little visual for you. That's right, Brian, a tiger. That's exactly what I will become when they lock that 6 sides of steel behind us. And that feeling that you're feeling right now, right at this very moment, that's fear. And there's 2 things you can do with that fear. You can lay down and I'll stomp your guts out. Or you can fight and I'll still stomp your guts out. Either way, I'll still have something to feed my friends.
Am I scared? You're damn right I'm scared. I pray to the Lord above that you're smart enough to be scared too, Kip. I know each and everything you're gonna do, whether it's inside a 6-sided steel cage or inside your living room. Now, you know me pretty good too, but you don't know the cage side of old BG James. You hit my daddy with a crutch, boy, and to me, now it's on. 6'4", 250-pound sack of crap, just like you said. You think you got rid of me? All you did was open up my door. Kip, now you have to deal with the caged D to the O to the double. And I don't mean to cause you no trouble, but Kip, you brought this on your damn self.
Former best friends and tag team partners look to settle the score as BG James faces Kip James inside the 6 sides of steel.
Ladies and gentlemen, TNA Lockdown continues with this one-on-one grudge match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Eustis, Florida, Kip James.
The past 5 weeks on Thursday Night Impact have been so intriguing because we've been able to go up close and personal. TNA's Rough Cut taking us, yes, behind the scenes, into the lives of a decade-long friendship. A decade-long tag team partnership that went right down the drain. Why? Because of the jealousy of one man, and that one man that you're looking at right now inside the ring. And I'm talking about Kip James. Let's introduce his partner, his former partner, his opponent tonight at Lockdown.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
This mother is a bad jam.
And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, BG James.
It all started with that Feaster Fires case. The tag team title shot for BG James. Many of us anticipated that he would go to Kip, been together for 10 years. Instead, he talked about the dream that he's had, a dream of a lifetime, to be tag team champions of the world with his father, Bullet Bob Armstrong, and it rubbed Kip the wrong way, and here we go.
I'll tell you something, it's a matchup that when you look at the physicality part of it, advantage Kip James. I mean, look at the size, the strength is legendary, and oh, you can just see the smashes to the face of BG. BG James, though, I think has always been considered the brains of this duo. He's going to have to use every bit of them. And that sometimes is not even enough when you've got somebody that athletic and that size that Kip James is. And Mike, you talked about how that started. I think it just kept smoldering in Kip and smoldering. And then after the case, the decision to go with the father, he just couldn't let it go. And now it's just become this green monster inside of him.
And Kip James, always considered the brawn, the muscle of the tag team, goes for the clothesline, but look at these quick shots, the quick jabs by BG. Oh, man, just when he went for it out of nowhere, he just got stunned.
Well, who's going to know him better than Kip? And that's something that you really got to look at the situation. Yes, BG James knows Kip inside and out, but vice versa. But when it comes to the in-ring action, BG James, is going to have to do whatever he can, but look how this match started. Look at this sucker punch right away by Kip James, and that's how he started it, and that's how he's gotten the momentum from the beginning after that sucker punch at the beginning, Mike.
Well, you're right. We talked about it even before the opening bell. That quick shot by Kip gave him the advantage. BG turns it around momentarily, but then it's Kip right back in the driver's seat. And, you know, I was thinking about this matchup prior to the Lockdown pay-per-view tonight. I thought that the one competitor that might be able to change up his game plan a little bit would stand probably the best chance to win because of what you just talked about. The familiarity between the two. Hell, tag team partners for 10 years.
I'll tell you though, once you get your bell rung like BG did at the beginning of this matchup, and then have your back of your head just smash into that unforgiving steel, 2 straight shots by Kip James. Right now, BG James is just reeling. And I mean, it is, oh, nice move. Get the elbow up, and now he's gonna try to come off, but he caught that knee and just turned inside out.
Sure did, turned him inside out. Look how happy Kip is with how things have gone here. What, some interesting comments from Samoa Joe, putting his career at stake. At the conclusion of this matchup, BG and Kip, we will hear from the reigning TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Kurt Angle. I'm guaranteeing you he's got some interesting things to say about that title match where tonight he can take Samoa Joe's career away from him.
And he'd love nothing more. He'd love to be the one to be able to say that forever, that he ended Samoa Joe's wrestling career. But right now, Kip James just choking the air out of BG. Just got that arm cinched around the neck, using that strength to lay on top, and just taking the air right out of the tire, and you can see the pain in Kip's face. You can just see it. In BG's face, Kip just applying that pressure and not stopping.
What we talked about at the outset of the match, Kip being the muscle here and trying to use that edge that he has in power and strength to hold BG down. Crowd comes alive. BG going to try and get a little bit of an adrenaline rush, trying to feed off this great crowd here in the greater Boston area. We're in Lowell, Massachusetts. BG back up to that vertical base, stopped right in his tracks with a knee.
Every time BG James gets any offense going, oh, nice kick, as you can see, Kip, but look at this. Every time he just uses that strength and stops the momentum, Mike. And I mean, just face planted him right in the cage. And I've talked about it before, but the cage has zero give. That's just the way it's configured. And you ask any of the guys that have been in it, they'll tell you it's unlike any cage they've ever been in.
That's the key. Nothing like the 6 sides of steel until you've been in there for that very first time and until you know exactly what you're getting into. Check this out. Kip measures. Doubles him over, caught him with that boot. Off the ropes.
Oh!
Man, just planted him straight down.
Someone throwing a towel. This is the strength aspect of it. Ever since the beginning, Kip has just had his way, and right now you wonder about the career and the livelihood of, oh, I thought it was over. I just thought it was over.
Sort of slow to cover after the famouser right there. It looked like how confident he was, and maybe that delay, that momentary delay that he had may have cost him and may have enabled BG James to kick out at 2.
And then you wonder, is it just a reflex action, a last-ditch effort? Kip doesn't look like he plans on, look at this, going up to the second rope, standing on it as he's just measuring BG. Oh, but BG, oh, the low blow, but you can't blame him. Anything you can do to stop that train from rolling.
Caught him south of the border, no question about that. What a shot that was by BG, but you talk about taking the complexion of a matchup and turning it totally in your favor. That's what BG James just did to Kip.
Oh, you ask me, I'd do the same thing. I mean, you've got to do whatever you can to stop that. I mean, it was just an onslaught. It was just a reflexive move, but it's enabled him to get to his feet. But look at that. He walks right into another wicked right. But now he's trading punches.
I think BG looks at it as turnabout fair play after that cheap shot at the opening bell. Exchange in mid-ring, and boy, it was going pretty even for a bit, but now BG gets the better of it. Kip shot off, elbow was on target. It dropped him.
I'll tell you what, though, he's got to not let up for a second. He's got to keep this momentum going. And nice move there as he turns in him. The left jab, the left jab, the left jab. And this time he didn't go through. He just grabbed the head and threw it against the cage.
Yeah, the realization just set in, Don, that he's got that extra weapon. The 6 sides of steel to use, and he's taking Kip from one side to the other. A dazed and confused Kip. knockout blow, courtesy of B.G. James with that big overhand right. Here he goes.
Oh, man, and there it is. Oh, he drops the knee right to the chin. Here it is. 1, 2. Oh, man, Kip. Just that incredible strength. Got the shoulder up, Mike.
On the verge of victory, and you can sense it right there. BG really feeling it, goes airborne, crouched himself on the middle rope. That didn't work out too well.
BG just going for the finisher there. He's just trying to just get the knee placed right, anything he can to stop Kip. And now look at Kip James, you can see it. Getting himself ready as he stomps the foot 3 times, 4 times, and goes right after him, but BG always aware.
There's a roll up, shoulders down, 2,
got it!
Here is your winner, B.G. James.
This mother is a bad jam.
10 years of friendship goes down the drain. We settle the score tonight at Lockdown in the cage, and we settle it with B.G. James' hand raised in victory. Yes, B.G. James the winner. Andrew Thomas signals to the crowd that he gets the W.
Well, he used his head right there. He used his brains, the cleverness. He saw the opportunity, grabbed the short, and just got him into the quick roll-up and got the pin. And in BG's mind, you got to wonder what is going through it. As you look at Kip just staring at him, and you got to wonder.
Check this out. Yeah, check out this body language here between the two.
Oh, he wants the handshake. Mike, he wants to put this to rest.
They've been through.
He wants to put this to rest. Yes, that's what you got to do when you've been together as long as these two. It's over, guys. You've worked it out, and you can see Kip talking to him. And Mike, that's a great, great sight to see after everything they've been through.
The decade-long friendship between these two, you gotta love it. Reunited right there. Wait a minute!
Oh my God, how low can you get? I didn't even think Kip could sink to those depths. Oh my God, BG was feeling so good, and now that.
He sucked us all in is exactly what he did. He fooled B.G. James. He certainly fooled us. He fooled everybody here in the crowd. I thought they had put their differences aside after this match.
I was so proud of the way he held his hand up to the crowd. I was so enamored with it. I thought it was great.
I don't believe it. What a reaction from Kip James towards his decade-long friend. To the back, and JB with the TNA champ, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, I must admit I've got to know you fairly well over the last year. You're certainly a focused athlete, an incredible performer, but in the last 5 weeks or so, you've really personally distanced yourself from everybody important in your life. You're focused for this match like we've never seen you focused before, and I got to ask you, why, Kurt? What about this match tonight that's so important?
Before I came to TNA, when I was with the WWE, anybody they threw my way, I beat them. I made them tap out. Then I started watching the competition. I started watching TNA. And I saw a man, Samoa Joe. He wasn't just a wrestler. He was an animal. There was an intensity about him that I only saw in one other place. And that was in the mirror. And on the 4 occasions when I did wrestle Samoa Joe, he took me to the limit. If it would have lasted any second longer, I don't know if I could have taken it. I gave him everything I had, and he took it. So the last time we wrestled, I knew something had to give. I knew at that point I had to do something drastic, because we both wanted one thing, and both of us can't have it. So Joe, tonight, it's not only about business, it's personal. It's very personal. Because in order for me to prove that I am the very best, and anyone that questions that, I need to make you tap out. I need to beat you. I need to end your career. So Joe, it's not only about winning or losing. It's about survival.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest at Lockdown is a cuffed in the cage match where 6 teams begin with the object of handcuffing the other participants to the cage. The winning team is determined when all other wrestlers have been handcuffed. Introducing team number 1, Lance Hoyt and Jimmy Rave, The Rock and Rave Infection.
First time ever in TNA.
To be back
Come to the cage.
New York City. All I want to know is who wants to get infected tonight.
Boy, you're going to have to work as a team if you're going to be successful and cuffed in the cage. Rock and Rave Infection, team number 1.
Team number 2 is Kaz and Showtime, Eric Young.
Yes, team number 2, Kaz and Showtime, Eric Young. And wait a minute, you can see the empty entranceway. Wait a minute, what's going on, guys? I'm getting word from the truck. There's some commotion. There's some commotion going on backstage.
Let's see what oh, look at this. Oh my God, Black Rain and Relic are just attacking Eric Young. They're just beating Eric Young down. Oh, the 2-on-1, and look at this. Eric Young, he just gets thrown in those giant trunks.
Look out! There he goes right into that steel door, and we know that the fear that Eric Young has when it comes to these monsters, Relic and Black Rain, Kaz in to try and help out. We got some security in there to try and separate them.
Well, it's just obvious that Relic and Black Rain trying to get the advantage in their favor right from the start, but look at this. Eric Young is hurt bad. Kaz is going to be concerned, Mike.
You can see referee Rudy Charles is telling Kaz that he's got to go. He's got to get out of here for this match, and look how reluctant he is to leave his partner. Boy, what a wild situation that was. Just came up right out of nowhere with those monsters. Relic and Black Rain on the attack on EY back there, and now Kaz has got to fight it alone.
Kaz right now comes out by himself, but you need a partner to work with you in a match like this. Kaz
Boy,
at the biggest disadvantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, team number 3, Relic and Black Rain.
No sooner than we talked about the fact that you are going to have to work together as a team if you have any chance to be successful here in this match. We see that Kaz is without a partner, and I don't know what's going to go on as far as that's concerned, as here come the monsters, Relic and Black Rain. Fingerprints all over that situation right there backstage as they laid out Eric Young. And of course, the alter ego of Dustin Rhodes with that Darkness Falls weapon. I don't think that they're going to let him take that in. Thankfully, referee Earl Hebner takes it away.
I mean, it's such a unique match to begin with. 12 men, 11 sets of handcuffs now with Eric Young not being there. Kaz has nobody to help him out. And remember, it's the last one that's not cuffed is the winner.
Team number 4 is Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, the Motor City Machine Guns.
Well, we know these guys can work as a team. That's been established for an awful long time here in TNA. Direct, yes, from Detroit. The Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin, Alex Shelley, set to head inside the 6 sides of steel.
Well, it's going to be a situation where they have to decide, and hopefully they made a decision early on. Who's it going to be? Because it needs to work that way. That way you can be in sync to try to arrange it so your partner's by himself.
Team number 5, Homicide and Hernandez. They are the Latin American Exchange.
Destination X last month, remember, LAX knocks off the Rock and Rave Infection. They've got one in the bank. I'm talking about a TNA Tag Team title shot. Homicide and Big Hernandez. Yep, they're in line to get a shot, yes, at that TNA Tag Team titles. And there you see our Spanish broadcast team, the legendary Hector Guerrero, along with Willie Urbina. Every TNA pay-per-view, every TNA Thursday Night Impact is available with Spanish audio. Just press that SAP button on your remote to hear total non-stop action in Espanol.
And your final team in this match, Maple Leaf Muscle Petey Williams and Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
I think it's already been established after everything that Petey Williams went through in that series of Big Papa Pump's initiations that these guys are a team.
I want to tell you something. There's nothing that can happen in the Six Sides of Steel I think it's going to disturb Petey in any way after all the different things that Scott Steiner has done to him. But when you look at the two of Pump, little Petey Pump coming to the ring, but keep in mind again, it's a situation where you've got to work together. I look at the dynamic. I look at LAX with the and then the crazy side is a great matchup in this. I look at Big Scott Steiner and I look at Petey Pump, maybe the favorites right now because of the pace that they're on. Kaz, if he doesn't get EY down here, he is going to be in trouble. But then the fluidity of the machine guns, the unpredictability of the Russian Raven infection, and of course, Black Rain and Relic, you've got to always fear them. They're forcing Kaz right now to get in.
I was just going to say we have 10 competitors inside the Six Sides of Steel. We have 2 referees outside here, Earl Hebner and Andrew Thomas. They're forcing Kaz to get inside the cage, and he keeps looking to the back. He's waiting for his tag team partner, Eric Young, but nowhere to be found, laid out because of that attack, that pre-match attack by Black Rain and Relic.
Well, I'll tell you something. He's going to have to just get himself in a survival mode. He's going to have to try to be not seen and hide if you can inside there, because that's the only chance he's got. And look at Scott Steiner. Remember the rule. Well, there's 11 sets of cuffs, and now 11 people.
You're going to have to change your math on this one.
10 sets of cuffs as they're all around the ring, all inside the cage. If you're the last one non-cuff, you're the winner. So partners have to sacrifice themselves to try to work it out that one of your partners. And look at Scott Steiner cleaning house on everybody.
Series of suplex, taking 3 or 4 wrestlers out. Homicide for the ride, and Steiner just dumped him right on his back. Wow, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, one thing we know, feast or fire case for Big Papa Pump. He's got that TNA World Heavyweight Championship shot. It's upcoming at Sacrifice.
And he's going to get the winner of Angle Joe tonight. But right now, look at this. If there's anybody that can go toe-to-toe, it's these guys, and there you see the drive-by. Because that's what happens when you snitch, Mike. The drive-by by LAX.
Latin American Exchange quickly stopping this onslaught of Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Boy, it was all Steiner in the opening minute.
Well,
just total domination.
Well, look at the situation now. You see the 4-on-1 on Scott
I see what's
Steiner.
going on here.
Everybody, I think, realized it's going to take a lot of us to get him handcuffed. And they're going, look at this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Big Papa Pump is the first one cuffed. Wow.
Yeah, the light bulb came on. Everybody realized we need to gang up. We need to work together to take someone up with the force that Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner is. And they did. They all ganged up on Scott Steiner, and he's cuffed #1. Boy, this is going to be a challenge. We're going to do our best to try and stay on top of this action.
It is, folks. There's 11 people inside there right now. As we're doing whatever. Wait a minute, I hear the crowd going crazy. And it is. It's Eric Young trying to make his way in. Oh, well, the cage is locked. He's going to have to climb up, and look at Rain and Relic eyeing him right outside there. Just look at him staring at him.
Oh, the intimidation factor when it comes to those monsters, and we know that the fear that Eric Young has, and you can almost sense it here. Oh, Eric's trying to fight that fear. He's trying to climb up and over the cage, but Relic and Black Rain, they meet him right there. They stare him down, and he just dropped down to the floor. He's scared to death.
He is, and he just turns around. Oh, man, Kaz is trying to call him back. Kaz is doing what he can, and you can see now that Rain and Relic, Black Rain and Relic have just gone on the cast. I'm trying to see the situation. Big Papa Pump is handcuffed, I believe. That's the only one at this time. And again, we apologize. It's a challenge with a match like this, but we'll try to keep it in. But I cannot believe it. Scott Steiner already caught.
Yeah, especially when you're distracted in that situation like Eric Young, Black Rain, and Relic. Right in the middle of the ring, you see Petey Williams, boy, taking Alex Shelley, tossing him right into the cage. Hernandez took Jimmy Rave up with a tremendous move, backbreaker across the shoulder.
Well, Petey Williams right now is another one. He can't depend on Scott anymore. So Petey Williams got to make himself kind of invisible if he can, and then wait for the right moment and try to survive everybody. He's in the same spot that Kaz is. Oh, man. I saw Saban go for the DDT, and what a move by Kaz. Just face planted Chris Sabin into the cage.
You're right, Sabin went for that tornado DDT, then got the wave of the future into the cage. Is that Sabin right there? It is. I think Kaz might have him cuffed. He hit the wave of the future into the cage, and then he just cuffed Chris Sabin.
I believe Alex Shelley's cuffed. I didn't get to see it, but Alex Shelley's cuffed on the others right next to him there. So you've got Sabin, Alex Shelley both cuffed. You've got Scott Steiner cuffed. 3 people now cuffed as everybody's trying to survive.
You see LAX trying to work together against Lance Hoyt. Now on the right side of your screen, Petey Williams doing pretty well against Relic, but then Black Ray caught Petey unaware. You're right, Petey's a man on an island in a match like this. Watch the monsters here, going to try and maybe work together. Certainly the case on Petey Williams, right dead center in the middle of the ring.
Great camera shot there as you see the overhead, and Petey Williams, holy cow, he took it right on the head. That combination DDT move that Black Rain and Relic used, and now you can see Black Rain, the alter ego of Dustin Rhodes, grab the cuffs and cuff Petey Williams, and now Steiner and Little Petey Pump are out of this thing.
Yeah, you can see Little Petey Pump just dazed at that point after being dropped. Oh, man, what a shot. Hernandez on big Lance Hoyt, and then he turns around and he just got drop kicked by Kaz.
Kaz, it's amazing, is able to survive right now. He bull rushes Homicide into the turnbuckle. Kaz just fighting for dear life. He has been in there by himself pretty much the whole time, but big Hernandez coming over to Homicide's aid. As LAX, oh no, there's the teamwork. What a shot on Kaz.
Gringo cutter that time by Homicide off the ropes. Hernandez, who's he got? Jimmy Rave?
He's got Jimmy Rave. Gonna take him up. Gonna be a border toss into the 6 sides of steel. No!
Oh, I think that was the plan for certain, but Jimmy Rave able to drop down. Was that
Cracker Jack? The Cracker Jack into the steel as the crowd goes crazy.
But then Hernandez had his back turned to Rave's tag team partner. Big Lance Hoyt, gonna bring him out to the center, to the middle of the 6-sided ring, gonna try and elevate him, but no, Hernandez blocks him, clothesline, no good.
Wow.
Lance Hoyt, explosive move, dropped him with the clothesline.
Lance Hoyt still alive, Jimmy Ray still alive, that's to their advantage. Both LAX, I believe, are still alive. The Guns, Steiner, and Williams are already out of this. Black Rain and Relic also working together, so you've got teams still in sync, except for Kaz, but Kaz showing unbelievable resiliency. Unbelievable, look right now, Kaz and Jimmy Ray on the cage right in front of me. Oh, it's just so much going on, folks.
You know, as this match unfolds, you really see that it is about survival,
wow.
Isn't it? Oh, my God! Where'd that come from?
Was that the flux
It was
capacitor?
exactly what it was.
On the cage?
He just hit the flux capacitor on Jimmy Rave.
What an unbelievable move. All that did was get him the beat down from the Monsters of Rock.
You're right, he hit the great move, but now he's going to pay the price.
Hernandez, Homicide have been cuffed. Hernandez and Homicide, LAX, are out of this. It is down to nice move by Kaz. Relic, Black Rain, Lance Hoyt, and Jimmy Ray, who's still out cold.
You know, and it's almost as if Kaz is in a no-win position here without a tag team partner.
I'll tell you what, Kaz has been right into the big boot. Folks, it is so hard to follow, and now you can see Lance Hoyt trying to go up high. Oh, what a kick by Kaz, and he put it right perfectly, and you can see the pain That was a low blow that was a high blow, if you know what I mean.
Ever been involved in a more hectic, more chaotic matchup than this one? Boy, this thing has been crazy. First time ever. Up in the cage, and look at Kaz really feeling it at this point.
No way is he going to do a flux capacitor on Hoyt. You got to be kidding. Oh, the strength there as Hoyt just put him into the face first into the cage.
Choke slam, choke slam, choke slam.
No!
From the top.
Oh, my God! That was unbelievable!
Wow! Choke slam, and he shot Kaz all the way across the ring.
Unfreaking believable! He just threw him from the top. Lance Hoyt showing that strength, and now Kaz has no chances. He's tough. It's now down to the Rock and Rave infection. Rain and Relic.
It's the Monsters of Rock is what it is.
Monsters of Rock.
That's what we've narrowed it down to. Rock and Rave infection turned their backs on Black Rain and Relic. What the hell were they thinking?
I don't know, but right now, Black Rain just smashing Lance, kicking him. Wait a minute. What could this be? Could it be? It is.
Here he comes.
It's Super Eric.
Super Eric. Yes, is making his way. He's got the mask. He's got the cape. And here comes Super Eric to the 6 sides of steel.
Look at those. Relic.
And no fear when it comes to Relic and Black Rain.
I'll tell you what, when he takes on this persona, he's amazing. Uh-oh, all the way at the top. What's he gonna do?
Look out!
No way! Wow! A crossbody blow. He just took them all out. Yeah!
From the top of the 6 sides of steel, Super Eric with an incredible crossbody block. He took down 4 guys.
He took them all out. You see him. He handcuffs Jimmy Ray. He just sends Lance Hoyt into the cage. Now he's got Hoyt. He's going to get him cuffed. This is unreal. Super Eric at the last second, but now Black Rain just cracked him.
Gotta be numbers situation right here. He had his back turned, and Black Rain's going to take advantage of this situation. The double team now with Relic. This doesn't look good for Super Eric.
Again, everybody's cuffed now except Relic, Black Rain, and now Kaz's partner, Super Eric. Well, Eric getting the partner, but now Super Eric.
We just talked about Kaz being in a no-win situation. Now he's got a momentary life, but oh no. Now they're going to take Super Eric, and they're going to hook him. They're going to cuff him right to the side of the cage.
They've got him cuffed right there. Unbelievable. Oh, wait a minute. Do you see what he did? He was able to turn it around. What? He turned it around on Relic. Unbelievable.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
He's Super Eric.
He's got superpowers, Mike.
Here it is. Black Rain up.
Super driver. Wow.
Super Eric driver on Black Rain. He's going to hook him.
He's got him hooked up. Can you believe it? Super Eric has the only one not come.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are your winners, Super Eric and Kaz.
Unbelievable. Look at this. He's going to the cuffs. Super Eric, and he breaks Kaz's cuffs. He broke them in half, and he's bringing Kaz into the middle. Unbelievable show of super skill by Super Eric.
Just busted the cuffs right off the cage, and look who's standing tall. It's Super Eric and Kaz, the victors, the winners of the first ever TNA Cuffed in the Cage.
Wow. What a moment. Everybody cuffs like Kaz and Super Eric.
Soaking it in, victorious. Let's go to Lauren with members of Samoa Joe's family.
Tonight, I'm not only here with Samoa Joe's Nifo Afi, which translates to fire knife, but I'm also here with his Ainga, meaning family. I have his father Pete and his older brothers Stefan and Wayne. Now, Pete, I'm sure you're confident in your son Joe's chances against Kurt Angle tonight, but aren't you a little bit concerned with the possibility of him maybe falling short and having to walk away from wrestling forever?
Tonight, falling short? No way. Ever since he was a little boy, this is all what he ever wanted to talk about it. work on it. Tonight, we're here to support Samoa Joe, fight one of the top icon of TNA wrestling. Win or lose, I still love my son. He accomplished so much for TNA wrestling. Ia, whaamalo atu lo tātou atunu o Samoa, whawhetai de mai teimi ua o tia mai le tau vanga le nei atali. Ia, manuia talofa Samoa.
Thank you and good luck.
She has blazed a path of agony, a trail paved with the cries of her victims. Awesome Kong, the mighty beast and TNA Women's Knockout Champion who will stop at nothing to make her mark in TNA.
Who is going to stop Awesome Kong? You look at her in that ring and you think of one word: unstoppable.
And her handler, Raisha Saeed, a woman whose powers of manipulation have led the mighty Kong on a bloody warpath from the dojos of Japan to the six-sided ring.
Kong will destroy anything and everything in her path.
But now, they face their greatest challenge, former TNA Women's Knockout Champion Gail Kim. The high flyer whose dedication to her craft laid the foundation for the knockout division as we know it today.
Quite honestly, Gail Kim, in my mind, put that knockout division on the map.
And ODB, the fearless brute who enjoys receiving pain as much as she loves to dish it out.
It's not about the knocked-up title. It's about me kicking your buffalo booty. Oh, bam!
And at Lockdown, she will feel a pain like no other.
You are women marked for destruction and will suffer the wrath of Kong.
As these four women clash in the six sides of steel, there will be no mercy.
At Lockdown, inside the six sides of steel, it's gonna be a battle. And I guarantee you one thing.
This is one fight you're not gonna win.
ODB and Gail Kim take on Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed in a knockout six sides of steel tag team grudge match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next contest is a TNA Knockout Tag Team Grudge Match scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one first. Residing in Japan, she stands 6 feet 1 inches tall, weighs 272 3/8 pounds, and is the current TNA Women's Knockout Champion, Awesome Kong! And her tag team partner from Damascus, Syria, Raisha Saeed!
Boy, is this ever going to be interesting, and I mean on so many fronts. Yes, the TNA Knockout Champ, Awesome Kong, already in the ring, but now it comes to Raisha Saeed. Is she going to unveil?
Oh, my.
She unveils, she takes that off. We didn't know what she was going to look like. We thought she was going to take that burqa off, Don.
But she's got it's like a mask underneath the headdress there so that she's still not being seen to keep it in custom, Mike.
We know that they have a history working together as a team, working in the dojos of Japan.
And their opponents first from Tampa, Florida, Gail Kim!
First ever, yes, TNA Knockout Champion Gail Kim. And does Gail Kim want anything more, Don, than to get that glory, that opportunity to be TNA Knockout Champion again? Well, I think she also wants a little bit of revenge, and she gets that opportunity tonight against Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed. Very peculiar tag team partner, to say the least.
And her tag team partner from Minneapolis, Minnesota, ODB!
Well, you mentioned it, a very, very different type of a tag team, but both these two have one common goal. Gail Kim, ODB, can't stand Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed. This is their chance. No, the title's not on the line. This is about pride. This is about making a statement to Awesome Kong that they won't be bullied. They won't be physically beat up every time that Kong wants to. And then their next goal. The next goal is to find a way to get back into the title hunt to get that knockout championship back.
In essence, you're pointing out that it's almost this mutual dislike that Gail Kim and ODB have toward Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed that brought them together, because let's face it, Gail Kim and ODB, rivals here in the TNA Knockout division, they realize they've got to work together. And how about ODB laying it out for us on that recent edition of Thursday Night Impact? She said that she just wanted to take that burqa right off the face of Raisha Saeed. I'm not sure that's going to be so easy now that we got to look at what appeared to be some type of a mask that she's wearing.
Well, obviously, Raisha Saeed, very clever, very mysterious. We know very little about her, but she knows what the plans are of Gail Kim and ODB. They know that if they unmask her, it's a disgrace to her. And they know that she knows that they're going to try to do it every chance they can. But the bottom line, if ODB and Gail Kim spend too much time concerned on Saeed, then they're going to get crushed by Awesome Kong.
Big shot right to the behind of Awesome Kong. ODB going to come off the ropes right at her, slides through, but didn't slide through quite far enough, did she?
No, and I'll tell you what, Kong just grabbed that hair and just flung her against the ropes, and ODB, she's going to rethink her strategy and bring in somebody that knows Awesome Kong better than anybody in TNA, and that's the first champion, Gail Kim.
And you can sense right here from the body language of Gail Kim that she doesn't want Awesome Kong. She wants Raisha Saeed. And, well, we're going to see Raisha Saeed debut as a competitor, as a wrestler here in TNA. We know she has that background wrestling over in Japan with Awesome Kong in the dojos. Let's see how she does against Gail Kim.
I'll tell you what, but our curiosity's peaked. You can see she obviously knows what she's doing. Gail Kim, though, gets that position in her favor. But Raisha Saeed just grabbing at the fingers, breaking it, and look at that.
Oh, the arm drag by Raisha Saeed, and she takes the arm of Gail Kim.
Whoa.
And look at the authority behind that shot. Oh, a third time right down to the canvas. You can see Gail Kim holding onto her wrist, holding onto her elbow.
How about the viciousness of Raisha Saeed working on that wrist? And I mean, just slamming that wrist with authority. That's the thing. When you don't know something about somebody, they can surprise you. You've got to prepare that they're better than you think they are. Obviously, Gail Kim didn't, but Gail Kim, that expertise, maybe the best pure wrestler in women's wrestling, as you can see her go right after it now that she's had it after her. Wow.
Quick double leg takedown, however, by Saeed. Turns the tide in this matchup, twisting on the legs of Gail Kim, who tries to fight her off and does with that one free leg. Shot her off into the corner, but Saeed right back on her with a forearm shot that rocked Gail Kim.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to lie. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing right from the get-go by Raisha Saeed. I mean, I had no idea what to expect, but look at her. I mean, she's showing great wrestling skills and great power.
Scoop and a mid-ring slam by Saeed. Comes off the ropes. Quick elbow shot by Saeed, and then look how quick, right on the cover with the pin attempt, but Gail Kim able to get that shoulder up before 3.
You know, every time you see Saeed, she walks with such a slow gait. You don't realize the speed. It's deceptive. Then when you see her in that ring, she's showing great speed and nice suplex, and look at that into the bridge. Oh, so close.
Remember that sit-down interview that I had with Raisha Saeed and Awesome Kong? Didn't learn too many facts, but we know that she is from Syria originally. She's got Gail Kim sit up in the corner. Boy, another couple of shots right there. Gail backs off, tries to get out of the way, but Saeed's on her with that full court press.
I'll tell you what, Gail Kim's going to have to just go back. That's what I'm talking about. Go to her playbook. Don't sit there and try to beat Saeed in her game. Use your athleticism, and she's doing it right now with those head scissors. And now look at this. Oh, nice roll-up. 1,
Gail's got her.
2. Oh, Saeed able to get out of it.
Quick small package that time by Gail Kim. Thought she had an opportunity for the pin on Saeed, but not the case. Series of forearms. Saeed, boy, on the receiving end of a couple of wicked shots right there from Gail Kim. Reversal.
Uh-oh. No, look at that. Referee distracted. Kong grabbed Kim and slammed her face in the cage.
You imagine Gail Kim's face going directly with that force. That's 272 and 3/8 pounds of power from Awesome Kong as she threw it right into the steel.
How about the deceptiveness with which she did it? Very smooth by Kong. And Raisa Saeed knows what's happened and knows she's got a great advantage right now. She knows Gail Kim is shook up, and she's got to be. And look at this. Gail Kim, though, fighting off with everything she's got. She's got so much heart.
Gail Kim pushes her off, but Saeed right back on her. Open hand slap, and Saeed climbing up the side of the cage just to use the force of her boot across the face, across the throat of Gail Kim. And listen to that. Can you hear it? The back of Gail Kim's head against the cage.
Oh, my gosh. She just crunched her head with the foot. I mean, Raisa Saeed. What a wild card this has turned out to be. ODB dying to get into the ring. But Gail Kim, I don't even think Gail can even have the strength to get over there and tag her.
And then at the same time, Awesome Kong has been rested outside. You've got a fresh Awesome Kong coming in here against Gail Kim.
Awesome Kong just did the double karate chop there on the shoulder blades to knock her down. And now this, after everything she's taken from Saeed, and then the underhandedness by Kong Mike, she's just getting creamed. And look at Kong.
You see that look on her face? How confident? Pin attempt by Saeed.
Well, what a statement it makes for these two together. It makes them that much stronger because you know how good Saeed is now, and you know how well they work together.
Never question that in the future, will we? Gail able to use her speed to get out of the way, and then just comes flying across the ring with a spear-like tackle to take her down.
She's got to tag ODB. She does not have anything left to hang on. She's got to get ODB in this ring. ODB has got to get in there while Saeed is still in the ring, too. Let's just be honest. Call it like it is, and here she comes.
Tag in, ODB, legal. Saeed to the corner. Is she going to tag in Kong? No such luck. Clothesline, ODB. Quick shot for Kong outside. Big shot as well for Saeed. Oh, and then she just put all of her weight. She just squashed Kong right into the cage.
Now she's mad. She knows what Kong did to Gail Kim when the ref wasn't looking, when the ref was distracted. ODB now realizes that Saeed has exerted a lot of energy. A lot of energy in that ring. This is her chance, and that's what she's doing. And wow. What a display of strength by ODB.
Big fall-away slam by ODB. Right on the pin. Leg hook. Kong coming in to break it up.
Just a time. Look at Gail. She comes flying across. I mean, Gail Kim just, when you get her angry, when you get her mad, she'll just put herself in harm's way just to get a few shots in.
Now we've got all four of the TNA knockouts inside the cage. Gail Kim squaring off with Raisa Saeed. Kong getting the better of ODB. Gail headed up where she hit. What is she doing?
I don't know. Gail Kim trying to go up there. Saeed's chasing after. Raisa Saeed's getting in position. Gail Kim. This could be dangerous.
Hold on, Gail.
This could be dangerous.
Gail fighting for her life up there. I think she was going to try a high-risk move at the top, but Saeed cuts her off and is trying to bring her back in.
Oh, what a Hurricane Rana! What a Hurricane Rana off the cage! Gail Kim! That's the athleticism I'm talking about! And that's the clothesline!
The crowd goes nuts on that great move for Gail Kim, but then the payoff is she gets decked by Awesome Kong. Oh, look at these shots. You can hear them all the way out here at the broadcast table. ODB landed in right there to Awesome Kong, but from behind it, Saeed.
Oh, they are. She's double teamed now.
Oh, spinning back fist. She took out her own partner, Saeed.
What a shot. Here comes the drop kick on the double. This is the chance. This is the chance. And now ODB going up the cage with Saeed in the middle. This is their opportunity.
Missile drop kick by Gail Kim. ODB from the top rope. There's the splash. Here's the cover. Here's the count.
They got it.
Here are your winners, Gail Kim and ODB.
Oh, it was impressive for Raisa Saeed in her TNA debut to that point. But then Gail Kim and ODB, the teamship, just stole their thunder.
And they got out of that cage as fast as they could. Unbelievable.
We've got to recap everything that went down in this great knockout cage. What a Hurricane Rana that was by Gail Kim.
What a Hurricane Rana. And there it was. Raisa Saeed, wrong place, and then the frog splash. 1, 2, and they've done it.
Post-match celebration. raise their hands in victory. Rudy Charles, Gail Kim and ODB to the back. And JB with who? With Karen Angle? Karen Angle's here tonight?
I'm here in the green room with Karen Angle, and Karen, no one really expected to see you here tonight, so I'm going to ask you. You and Kurt have been separated now for about a month. You're not getting along. Why are you here?
Well, JB, no matter what the situation is with my relationship with Kurt, he's still and always will be the father of my children, and I'm here tonight to give him my support. And as somebody that knows him better than any other, I'm concerned for him. This match has not just affected my relationship with Kurt, it has affected and changed his life forever. And I'm concerned for what might happen if Kurt doesn't live up to his own expectations. That's all I can say about it, JB. I'm here tonight to give Kurt my support.
All right, obviously some concern there from Karen Angle. Let's now take a very special look at the feud between Booker T and Robert Roode.
A pivotal moment in TNA history.
It's Booker T!
One of the biggest free agents in wrestling had arrived. How would this superstar from the outside be received?
You're not welcome here at TNA. I've been busting my butt, moving my way up the ladder, and every time I turn around, another one of you washed up has-beens from the other side of the track decide to walk in the front door and push me right back down.
Their hatred for one another started as a flicker and grew into a blazing inferno. The battle between them was becoming more than just a contest of masculinity. It was becoming personal. Their dispute was to be settled once and for all at final resolution. Then, the unspeakable happened.
Here she comes! Charmel in here!
What?
What the hell did Bobby just do?
Oh my God!
The hatred was taken to another level. The volatile feud became bloodthirsty.
I want Robert Roode's blood. Read my lips! I want Robert Roode's blood! You dig?
Now, we step inside the barbaric six sides of steel. With nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. It's time to settle things, once and for all.
Hey, Booker T, remember the last time your wife was in the ring with Robert Roode? At Lockdown, there will be no accidents.
Robert Roode, it will be you and I inside the six sides of steel at Lockdown. I will prove to you why I am simply the best. Now can you dig that, sucker?
The war will be settled once and for all as Robert Roode and Peyton Banks take on Booker T and Charmel in the six sides of steel.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mixed tag team grudge match scheduled for one fall. Introducing team number one from Wall Street in Manhattan, New York, Peyton Banks and Robert Roode.
3+ months since that punch heard round the world by Robert Roode that absolutely shattered the jaw of Booker T's wife, Charmel. And in that time period, Robert Roode has just proved to all of us, Don, what an absolute jerk he can be. Zero remorse from Robert Roode since that time, and I don't think we ever will expect to see it from him.
Oh, you don't respect the morality because he just doesn't have any, but one thing he does have is focus and determination, and I'll tell you something, in his mind, Booker T's the one who was wrong in coming into TNA, and he's been intent on taking him out from the beginning. And it started with the wife. Tonight, he's got a chance to finish it here.
And their opponents from Houston, Texas, Charmel and Booker T.
Booker T has to have mixed emotions at this point in time when it comes to this matchup, putting his wife into a situation that he promised all of us that he would never, ever allow again.
Think about it, Mike. He basically had two jobs in this match. One, find a way to win it. Two, make sure his wife stays protected. She doesn't have the ring experience. You know what I mean? But one thing about her, we learned about Charmel. She has got spunk like nobody. When she came back with those straps, and it didn't matter who was in her way. He was going to get some revenge. And when this match was made, when Cornette put her in this matchup, she didn't back away. She wanted a chance to get Robert Roode and Peyton Banks.
I think that was the final straw for Jim Cornette at TNA management. When Sharmell returned with those leather straps, remember, even to the point where she nailed Cornette, nailed referees, nailed ring announcers, nailed everybody in sight. Oh, Cornette said that because you want to come back that way, that he's going to put her inside the 6 sides of steel, and you can just sense it right there watching Booker. He said repeatedly he doesn't want to put her in harm's way, but he doesn't have that option anymore. She's got to fight inside the 6 sides of steel.
Look at her. She wants to get in.
She is.
She keeps trying to get in the ring, and all that's done is allow Robert Roode to blindside Booker T, grabs him by the hair, slams him against the cage, and again, that's what Booker T was afraid of. The emotional part of this matchup. He's trying to protect her, but now it's the anger coming out of Booker T.
It was a momentary distraction at first that caused Booker T. Oh, and listen to those chops by Robert Roode in the corner. Big knee, however, by Booker. Follows up with a right hand.
It's a fight right now.
Oh, nothing less than we expected when you put these two in the cage after what they've been through for the past several months. Lighten up the chest of Robert Roode right there.
I'm going to tell you, Booker T, I mean, his focus and determination, we talked about Roode, has just been on making sure that he finally ends this tonight with Robert Roode and ends it viciously. A nice big kick right to the jaw. Wow.
Almost a leg lariat type move by Booker T, who makes an advance towards Peyton Banks, who backs up right against the steel cage. Peyton Banks cheering on, yes, her man, Robert Roode, Roode Incorporated, while Booker from the corner mount laying in those shots, big right hand, one after the other.
Man, he did, but look at this. Whoa, what a move by Robert Roode. But wow, Booker T was ready, but he missed it in the drop kick.
Great leg extension by Roode on the drop kick, and then he follows up. Oh man, going right back to the offensive with a series of shots to the top of the head of Booker T. And did you notice when Roode turned around from Booker T, well, his eyes just focused right on wife Sharmell in the corner.
Well, it was an intimidation move. It was an intimidation move. She can be brave all she wants, but when you're inside the 6 sides of steel, you look at him and you realize what can happen. The fear's going to come in, and Robert Roode knows that he's playing on it.
Was he just telling her to tag in?
Oh, yeah, he was telling her to get in there. I mean, again, that's just his way of getting inside that head.
Roode can almost sense right now that he's got Booker in trouble. Brings him back up to his feet. Gonna try and fire him off, and does, and then the point of the elbow is right there, right in the face of Booker. Takes him up. Oh, look at that knee drop right across the chest. Here's the cover, the lateral press, the pin attempt, only 2, and Robert Roode goes right back. Gonna try and keep Booker T worn down at this point.
If there's one thing, though, that you gotta talk about, this war that they've had now for 3 months, I think Robert Roode has shown the world just what kind of a competitor he is. You would think that with the things happening to your personal family that Booker T would have been able to get the best of Robert Roode by now, but he hasn't been. Well, that's a testament to Robert Roode. Yeah, you can't stand him. Yeah, he stands for everything that you don't. But you gotta admire his fire and his in-ring abilities.
Crowd getting behind Booker T. Gonna try and mount a comeback here, doing pretty well. After several shots, he telegraphs the back body drop, and it really cost him. Roode cut him with the book, but then that great move by Booker.
That's the experience edge that Booker T has. I mean, one thing didn't work his way, but he's always got another plan. Plan B, and if B doesn't work, he's got C. Then he's got D, and now, oh, what a spine buster! I don't know what plan he had there, but it didn't work.
High angle spine buster.
2.
Pin attempt. No. Booker just shoved him off. Great move, however, by Robert Roode. Boy, with great impact, taking him down, but not going to get the 3 count that way on Booker T.
That's what I was talking about.
This is it. Look at this. He's trying to get the tag in to Sharmell. I sensed that earlier, trying to read exactly what Robert Roode was doing when he made those advances towards the corner and wife Sharmell.
But I mean, what in Booker T's mind, how can he tag in Sharmell, Mike?
He said he wouldn't put her back in harm's way, and that would be the ultimate harm's way, putting her inside the 6 sides of steel with Roode.
Robert Roode just right now got the momentum, but took a little hesitation, and Booker T made him pay. And look at this, as both guys duck shots, and the kick by Booker T connects.
Booker caught him with the kick. It momentarily stops the offensive of Robert Roode. Well, you got to give it to Roode. He's been in charge for most of the matchup to this point.
I tell you, I grudgingly have to tell you just how impressive he has been week after week, night after night. Nice block, though. Booker T's got the feet planted, and he's just methodically moving in, shot after shot, knife edge chop. He's sending a message to Robert Roode. Wow.
Big flying forearm shot off the ropes. Follow move is a clothesline that drops Roode. Booker gonna try and go for a suplex here, and he does. Takes him over, snapped him over with that suplex, vertical style.
2. Not enough. Just not enough. As Robert Roode has kind of been in control most of this match. Booker T, though, you can feel maybe things turning. Measuring him up, and it's what a shot to the chest. They vibrate.
Nice float over here by Booker.
He's got it.
Roll up out of the corner.
Oh, nice move with the legs by Roode to break it up.
Just before the 3 count, Roode back. Big kick to Booker, doubled him over. Elbow shot to the back of the head, and again, Roode looks at Sharmell as he comes off the ropes, and this time it's the spine buster by Booker T.
That time Roode attempts to intimidate Sharmell, cost him, because Booker T was waiting for him. Look at this. Here it comes.
Booker down to a knee. The crowd cheering him on.
Feel the
feeding off of
vibration.
it. Spinner Rudy.
Here it is. Booker T ready to finish him off. The kick to the gut. Here comes the axe kick. Oh, Roode able to get out of the way.
Series of elbow shots by Roode. I think he was trying to go for the bookend, but he blocked it. Suplex attempt. Booker misses with the kick. Roode back on him and takes him by the head and drives him right into the cage.
I'll tell you what, this match has been all Booker T
Sure
and all
has.
Robert Roode. And I mean, what an unbelievable shot that was as Robert Roode sent him into the steel.
Waiting on Peyton Banks and Sharmell to get involved, and again Roode. He's just got that total tunnel vision on Sharmell. Did she tag in?
She got herself in there, and look at her, just bringing a slap, just daring Robert Roode to do something, daring him.
Come on, I mean, you've got to love that spunk that she has, that fire that she has. But I mean, come on against Robert Roode, who's got her by the head by the...
Peyton Banks tagged herself in. She tagged herself in. And now Robert Roode holds her as Booker T still reeling from that shot to the cage.
Peyton Banks in the face of Booker T. Oh! She turned around and slapped her own partner, her own man, Robert Roode.
Roll up, 2. Sharmell's done it.
Here are your winners, Booker T and Sharmell.
Wow, what the ultimate revenge. He's able to get the pin.
Did you see the look on the face of Booker T?
He couldn't believe it. He was still reeling from going into the cage, going into the 6 sides of steel. And it was Sharmell as Peyton Banks tagged herself in, and Sharmell able to get the pin.
Turned around, thought she was going to slap the taste out of Sharmell's mouth. Instead, she nailed Robert Roode, and well, you can just sense, well, it's a sense of accomplishment for these two, for Booker T and Sharmell, and I think it's a sense of relief at the same time.
No matter what they've thrown at them, these two are the survivors. And look at the bow as everybody showing their emotion, their love for Booker T and Sharmell. And you can see Robert Roode, I hear him, he's calling her stupid. The things he used to say to Miss Brooks. He is so upset with Peyton Banks. Oh, she cost him, Mike. She cost him the match.
Oh, you could just sense it. The way that Roode, the way he was moving around, you could just, and Peyton Banks backing off because Roode had that fist cocked.
Oh, I just thought if he goes this far, I mean, there's going to be a riot in this place. And you can see Roode walks out of there in disgust.
Turns his back on her. Leaves her inside the 6 sides of steel. Just waves her off and heads to the back. We're going to send it to Lauren, standing by with the man who's been training Samoa Joe, UFC fighter Marcus Davis. Take it, Lauren.
I'm here with UFC fighter Marcus Davis, also known as the Irish Hand Grenade. Now, Marcus, we know that for the past 5 weeks, you've been away in California training Samoa Joe. Can you give us some insight into how that training went?
Sure. You know, it was an unbelievable training camp. Joe was doing 2-3 sessions a day. I kind of put him through what I go through before I have one of my UFC fights. And, you know, we covered every aspect of the fight, whether it was kicks, punches, elbows, knees, stand-up grappling, ground fighting, ground and pound. And at the end of it, Joe came out of this training camp complete fighter.
Nice. Now, we're in the 12th hour, literally minutes away from this fight. What does Samoa Joe have to do to defeat Kurt Angle?
Well, you know, Kurt Angle is an unbelievable athlete, wrestling gold medalist. This is going to be a tough fight. But what Samoa Joe needs to do is he needs to stick to the plan. He needs to implement the tools and the training that we did to prepare for this fight. He needs to implement that tonight in the 6 Sides of Steel. If he does so, he's going to come out the winner.
All right, let's return for a closer look at Lethal Lockdown.
It only happens once a year.
Bring it down! Here we go! We're going to bring down the roof! The weapons hanging from the top of this incredible structure!
2 teams locked inside the infamous 6 Sides of Steel cage.
Cage, instead of worrying about making me, how about you worry about this? In Lethal Lockdown, I'm going to break you!
Tomko, this is exactly why I told you never to think.
Locked in with nowhere to run. Locked down with nowhere to hide.
Because you may as well just have taken a whole lot of gasoline and thrown it on the fire that was already burning inside of me!
Lethal Lockdown.
Kevin Nash and Sting, you two have been bleeding the wrestling industry all your careers.
Lethal Lockdown.
Tonight is the night. Tonight, you feel punishment. Beat us if you can.
The instant classic Christian Cage, Kevin Nash, Matt Morgan, the War Machine Rhino, and the icon Sting. Battle, Tomko, the phenomenal AJ Styles, Cowboy James Storm, and Team 3D.
Team Cage leaves Team Tomko for dead.
6 Sides of Steel, 10 men, weapons hang from the ceiling. Welcome to Lethal Lockdown.
Who will survive as Team Tomko wages war against Team Cage in the Lethal Lockdown match?
TNA Lockdown continues with a 10-man Lethal Lockdown match. In this match, the first 2 entrants wrestle for 5 minutes, then each additional wrestler enters in 2-minute intervals. Pinfalls or submissions cannot occur until all 10 wrestlers have entered the match. Introducing first, from Tampa, Florida, by way of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, he is the instant classic, Christian Cage!
Are you ready for the first half of our Lockdown double main event? It's Lethal Lockdown, and oh, I love this. The captain of Team Cage, Christian Cage. This is what leadership is all about. He is going to be competitor number 1. He's going to set that bar up here for his entire team. Christian Cage is going to start it off. First man in, representing Team Cage in the Lethal Lockdown.
You know what? You would expect nothing less from Christian Cage since he's been putting Team Cage together. He's been the voice. He's been the leader. And it's all gone the way he's wanted. And you know what? He'll lead by example. That's what he told Team Cage. He's going to start it out and be in there a long time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the second entrant from Jacksonville, Florida, one half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions and the captain of his team, Tomko!
That's how you answer the leadership of Christian Cage, the captain of Team Tomko. Tomko set to come out and meet a man, Don, in Christian Cage that he's been associated with for years.
And you know that resentment is stored up, always being the lackey to Christian Cage. So in his mind, what an opportunity. As you can see, he's looking on. He's going to join him as captain. Christian Cage in 10, getting ready for Tomko to enter into that cage. Wait a minute.
First 5 minutes.
And he won't wait.
Who's it?
Mike! AJ Styles is in the cage, and he counted. Didn't even see it. Climbed the cage and hit him. Tomko swerved him. Unbelievable. Tomko.
Look at the smile on his face. It was an absolute swerve by the captain of Team Tomko. We thought that the first 5 minutes was going to be the two captains going head-to-head, but instead AJ Styles, I'm just going to presume now that somebody climbed over the top of that cage while the lights were out during the entrance.
He had to come through the crowd. Never saw him. He had to come through the crowd. And Christian Cage looking on, just staring intently at Tomko. AJ Styles gets the upper hand. They got 5 minutes in the ring. What an advantage for Team Tomko.
Yes, then after this 5-minute opening period, we will have the other wrestlers coming out in 2-minute intervals, and we have been notified that Team Tomko, they were victorious in the pre-match coin toss, so they're going to have the numbers game throughout Lethal Lockdown. They're going to have the numbers edge.
Well, and it is an edge when you consider 2 minutes.
It's huge.
It's not a minute. It's 2 minutes, and that's a lifetime when you've been in that ring, especially someone like Christian Cage, because he's got to hang in there till the ceiling drops, no matter what. AJ Styles, well, we know about his athletic ability, and he comes in with a drop kick. I'll tell you what, it looks like it didn't hit his flush as normal as Christian Cage saw it coming at the last minute, got the arms up, but he still caught him in the arms.
You notice that there's no referee inside the 6 sides of steel. Why? Because pinfalls, submissions, they don't matter until we get all 10 men locked inside the cage, and we drop the top from the ceiling that's just loaded up with those weapons.
Yeah, basically the only rules are, once we get everybody in, the ceiling drops. And then it's just, look at Christian though. Unbelievable, just shot after shot. He's just getting himself fired up. He knows he's been tricked. In fact, it's a trick he would have used in the past. He knows that. So he's got to get himself psyched up. You got to be careful not to burn yourself out, Mike.
Well, first minute and a half, all AJ. Christian right back on it. As he charges in, Styles gets the elbow up. Oh, and then came springing back off. Christian tried to move out of the way. And then the series of shots. He was going to go for that inverted, that reverse DDT. Cage fights him off. AJ right back on it again, and then he just dropped him right on his head. That time it was the inverted DDT.
I'll tell you what, though, he missed it that first time because Christian Cage able to move out of the way. He knows him so well. Then you saw the shots by Cage. Shot after the head of the head, but AJ able to cinch it and bring it down anyway.
We recounted the history between Tomko and Christian Cage in anticipation of those two being in for the first 5 minutes, but how about the same story when it comes to the Christian Coalition, Christian Cage and AJ Styles?
Again, the history is so incredible between these, and right now you wonder, you see the body language of Christian Cage as this crowd just going crazy, getting louder and louder, and oh, AJ Styles taking control.
Styles shoots Christian off, goes airborne, gonna go for a big flying forearm type shot in the corner. Christian moves out of the way, answers with an elbow. Vicious clothesline off the ropes that takes AJ down.
Took his head off. I'm telling you what, that was a pure frustration move right there by Christian Cage, and now gets himself to the top rope. He realized he's got to do a kill shot here. He's going to be at a real disadvantage in a minute. I mean, I don't think you realize, folks, here in about a minute, he's going to be 1-on-2 for another 2 minutes. Christian Cage has got to find a way to get AJ Styles out of this for a while.
Frog splash caught nothing but canvas. AJ gonna go for the Styles clash. It was blocked, and now it's Christian's turn to come back with that reverse DDT. As we go, yes, under 1 minute until the next member of Team Tomko comes out. AJ Jawbreaker caught Christian unaware.
I'll tell you, Christian Cage, AJ Styles both gonna have to last a long time. And what a move there by Christian Cage. Caught him in midair with the legs and just used the gravity to his advantage. Slammed him down on his back. Powerbombed him there.
Sit out powerbomb by Christian. I think it's a good thing here for Christian Cage that he's on the offensive against AJ, because we are just seconds away, in under 30 seconds, from getting the second member of Team Tomko out. Here it comes.
This is what he's got to do. He's got to hit this.
Here.
Oh, no. AJ scouted it with Eddie. Pele! Unbelievable! Pele out of nowhere! And think about this. You've got Cage
Here comes another member.
The next entrant, Brother Ray!
Oh, bad news is right, Mike. Here's a guy that can inflict as much damage as possible. I mean, he can get right in there.
Oh, look what he's wearing, by the way.
Oh, look at his teamwork. Oh, no.
Look out.
Oh,
man. Oh, God, did you see that? He slammed the cage door right on his face.
Unbelievable. He called for AJ to throw him in, to sacrifice him.
And he wears that New York Yankees jersey down to the ring just to incite the crowd here in Boston even more.
Oh, why
now,
wouldn't he?
2 minutes of a double team, high up into the air with a back body drop.
That's what I'm talking about. Christian Cage is toast. Oh, the elbow. After the shot to the head. Unbelievable what Team Tomko is doing. That numbers advantage. Oh, Christian Cage is going to get his back broke.
Look out. AJ up. Oh, man, drops down with his weight across the head of Christian. And he's got another minute of a beating, that's for sure. Oh, look at him try and fight back. Such courage, such guts out of the corner. I think he just might have a chance here. He cut Brother Ray, but then AJ nailed him with the right.
The bottom line is he's going to need all 2 minutes of when his partner gets in there just to get himself rested up. And with these shots to the cage, look at those wicked shots, Brother Ray. The double teamwork right now. Christian in so much trouble.
Oh, and it all started, Don, with that huge steel door, the cage door that Brother Ray took with all that force behind it and slammed it right into his head, right into his face. You got to give Christian credit for the guts that he's displaying here, but this just beating is too much.
Oh my gosh, there's still 15 seconds to go, and the knife edge chopping. Right now, survival is all Christian can be thinking, if he can be thinking anything at all.
Who do you think that Captain Christian Cage pegged to be the second individual to join him out here? We're going to find out right now.
Yes. The next entrant, the War Machine Rhino!
Here he comes!
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's perfect, I think. You've got to have a bull come in here right now and give Christian Cage a break. And look at the War Machine, Mike. Look at that, belly to belly.
Belly to belly. Great suplex on Brother Ray from the corner. Gore, here comes.
Here he is.
Him up. Right in his sight.
Oh, what a breakup by AJ Styles. Kicked him right in the head. Right in the head. In the mid-gore. Unbelievable.
Oh, just when he was going to gore Brother Ray, too. Oh, you could just see him. He was focused right on it. Had him in his sights, and Styles came out of nowhere.
It's like the wind just went out of the sails of the crowd. When they saw that, they were ready for Rhino to just split him in half. But look at Rhino, the War Machine. He's just so powerful. Goes right after both of them. Keep in mind, AJ's been in there over 7 minutes, and Rhino knows it, and he goes right after him with the punches.
Freshest to the fore, the War Machine Rhino, with shots first for Styles, then for Brother Ray, who answers back. Punches, forearms from Brother Ray. Got Rhino positioned over in the corner for that open hand slap to the chest.
Christian Cage back to his feet. That's a great sign, Mike. And now applying the pressure. The boot to the neck of AJ. Because Rhino and Christian getting ready to be at a numbers disadvantage. And Christian Cage realizes he's got to take one of these guys out.
Christian now turns his attention to Brother Ray. I think that's a smart move with AJ down. Try and get your team back in control. Pops on the back of Brother Ray. Applies the sleeper. Countdown clock nearing 10 seconds till the next competitor comes in. And it's going to be an advantage for Team Tomko.
You could... Nice shot by Rhino. Who it is? Who's it going to be?
The next competitor, Cowboy King Storm!
Initially, Team Tomko thought that they were really going to turn things around with the addition, yes, of the Tennessee Cowboy James Storm. But that wasn't the case because Team Cage was prepared with that acquisition of Big Matt Morgan, and now Storm is the fresh man in, and the Tennessee Cowboys got Captain Cage up on his back.
Look at this, he's going for the eye of the storm right off the bat, and he sends him, oh, that whirly bird, and just lands him right on his back, and after what Christian Cage has been through, it's just unbelievable right now, the advantage going on. for Team Tomko as AJ Styles now gets to his feet. Rhino, oh, he knows it's going to be him. He's going to have to hold on for a minute so that they can get a third man in.
Plain and simple, 3-on-2 numbers edge here as we see Rhino elevate AJ, tried to throw him into the cage, but AJ held on to the cage, and now Styles climbs up, and the War Machine's right there with him.
What an unbelievable move by AJ Styles. War Machine, though, doesn't hesitate. Goes right up there after him. He knows what an athlete he is. He now knows he's got him at a disadvantage. But look at the shots by AJ. But AJ comes back down to get a better base.
A series of right hands by AJ Styles connecting to the War Machine. Rhino's just been on the receiving end of many shots. Rhino hanging on to the cage, looks dazed. AJ makes his way up to the top, near the top, and then uses the boot to kick the War Machine down. But look how quickly Captain Christian got up there.
Unbelievable! That's what a captain does! Just when you think he's done! This is unbelievable! 10 seconds! Oh, man! What's going to happen? Both of them fighting each other off at the top! Oh, no! Christian's on the other side! What's he going to do? Christian just got set.
Big Sexy Kevin Nash.
Christian fell as Brother Ray knocked him out of the cage. Big Sexy coming in now. You've got to somehow get Christian Cage back in there. He's been knocked on the outside.
Oh, you have to, because think of what this does. Instead of having this even things up, Don, you know what it does?
They're back at a disadvantage again.
Exactly.
But Big Sexy Kevin Nash doesn't care. He's just looking for one body after another.
Styles tried to catch him from behind, but Nash turned around, caught him in midair. Snake Eyes dropped him right in the corner on the turnbuckle.
The bottom line, Christian Cage got to get back in. What's he going to do? And Kevin Nash just got taken out by the knees. Christian Cage is going back up. He's going back up.
Christian making his way. Christian's way up on top of the 6 sides of steel.
Wow! What a cross body block! Wow! Wow! Unfreaking believable! Let's see that again.
Here comes the instant classic off the top, and he took down both Brother Ray and James Storm. Cross body block off the top of the cage.
Unfreaking believable! What a way, he's out of the match, back in, and all of a sudden, things are looking better as Rhino gets to his feet.
War Machine, first man up to that vertical base, as Don said. Meanwhile, Brother Ray beating on the knees of Kevin Nash down here, and that's a pretty sound strategy, isn't it?
Well, the thing about Kevin Nash is he is in this enclosed area, so he's going to try to even shorten the distance even more. And that's why they got to take those legs out. They know that's the weak spot of Big Sexy, but Kevin Nash, so big, so strong, he can use that cage to his advantage.
The next participant in this match, Brother Devon.
And here we go again. Advantage Team Tomko. Other half of Team 3D. Brother Devon making his way down towards the 6 sides of steel.
Every time you get things right, Team Tomko, by winning the toss, gets the numbers advantage. But Christian Cage trying to meet him at the beginning, but look at those shots by Brother Devon. Oh, man.
Then Devon charges right over with a big shot to the War Machine. Double team, 3D on Christian.
Oh,
wow.
No. Just a
Did you
shot.
see that?
There's just no give, Mike.
None whatsoever. They take him, they elevate him up into the air, and the instant classic just crumbled. Rhino shot off now, and Team 3D with that double shoulder block dropped him.
I'll tell you what, I was watching Team 3D. They just walk and sink. Shorten that distance. Rhino didn't even have a chance to duck out of it. That's how good they are, and that's how long they've worked together. Big Nash getting to his feet, looking for somebody to stomp on, and he goes right to Brother Devon and cracks him in the back of the head.
Big shots by Nash from behind on Brother Devon. Oh, and here comes Brother Ray to clip him from behind.
Oh, man, Brother Ray, every chance now. And then Storm goes after the leg again. Taking him out. Every time Nash gets to a vertical base, they go for the knees.
Well, they just have that bullseye on those knees of Kevin Nash after so many surgeries that he's gone through, dating back to his days playing basketball and then into professional wrestling. That's his one weak point, and boy, they're really exploiting it. And look at Christian, who's still wedged over here, Don, between the ropes and the side of the cage, and they just use that to their advantage. And Brother Ray's taking his face, and he's just raking it right across the steel.
Unbelievable, just Christian Cage, how long he's been in there and the beating he's taken.
Next in Lethal Lockdown, Matt Morgan.
All right, Matt. Here we go. This is going to be good. Here comes the big 7-footer. We've seen him as part of TNA management. This is your opportunity, Matt Morgan, to shine.
Well, here he is. He knows he's young, he's in shape, and he's going to have to do everything he can to give these guys some rest. Christian Cage has got to somehow get some air in his lungs. AJ Styles has been in there a long time. I'd focused on him, focused on Brother Ray, and that's what he did.
What does he say? Genetically jacked and physically stacked? That's the big 7-footer, Matt Morgan, who came in as that final member of Team Cage. As a result, fired by Jim Cornette from TNA management, but he doesn't care because this is his opportunity. This is his showcase in the spotlight right here in Lethal Lockdown.
Well, the rest of the entrance, no mystery. We know Tomko's coming next. We know it'll be followed by Sting. Everybody right now, and then the ceiling will drop. And then the weapons will come into play. And then it becomes the most brutal, violent, unpredictable match in TNA.
But if you think back, Don, it's this aspect of the match as we get into that phase of Lethal Lockdown when pins and submissions are allowed that many times determines the winning team. It's that beatdown factor that goes on here during the numbers game that may be the difference in this match. Great move by Matt Morgan that time, taking down both members of 3D. He's got AJ.
He's got him up right here, and he's going to have... Oh, look at AJ! It's like an Olympic gymnast. Unbelievable sometimes. Oh, but the force and the strength of Matt Morgan was too much.
I don't know how he escaped that choke slam from Morgan, but then Matt turned it around on him.
I'll tell you, though, it's good to have Matt Morgan fresh at this part of the match. That's going to be good. But think about it, Tomko's next.
The next participant is Tomko.
What a swerve artist this guy was. The captain, yes, of Team Tomko. One half of the TNA World Tag Team Champs with AJ Styles. And he's coming to the ring. He's trying to get into the weapons aspect of this match. Even before the cage top lowered, brought that steel chair down, but referee Earl Hebner pulled it out of his hands.
Great move, though, because what it did was Matt Morgan kept yelling at the ref to remove the chair, and it allowed Brother Ray to come in and get a cheap shot on Matt Morgan and hit him at the back of the knees. Again, great strategy by Team Tomko. They always have a method to their madness.
And you see that Tomko and Christian are going at it like cats and dogs. Look at the two of them.
They are. They're just going after each other, just trying to beat each other to death. And you can see it in 1 minute, we'll have Sting. And in 1 minute, we'll have the ceiling lowered. And then Lethal Lockdown officially begins, and you can believe that after everything we've seen.
This is the final 2 minutes where they will have that advantage, where Team Tomko will. Then we'll finally even the score and drop that top. Oh, look at the face of Brother Devon of Team 3D. He's been split wide open.
Oh, my gosh.
Look at the blood flowing right out of his head.
He caught that. That's what the cage can do. You hit it just right, it will break you open. It will bloody you up. And that's what happened to Brother Devon. And that's how vicious Lethal Lockdown is. And you can see the shot by Tomko on Rhino. Brother Devon, I don't even know if he knows it's bleeding. He just wants to get a piece of somebody.
The blood right there, as you can see, completely. A crimson mask covering the face of Brother Devon. The crowd here at Lockdown, everybody in the building has come to their feet in anticipation of the final member of Team Cage.
The final participant, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sting.
Here comes the icon to even the score, to make it 5-on-5, and then we get to the weapons part of the Lethal Lockdown matchup. Look at Sting go right in, right on the offensive. Look at Sting explode here.
I'll tell you what, great move by Sting as he's just trying to even this thing up. Shot to AJ, shot to Brother Ray, and I mean the authority with these shots. Shot to Tomko. Look at the boot to AJ. Sting in the eyes. And look at Sting. No, he doesn't hesitate. Just takes him. Oh, and the kick right to the groin.
Right through the goalpost, and Storm with the clothesline on Styles. But then Sting comes back, and Sting's answers on the Tennessee Cowboy, James Storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to let the Lethal Lockdown begin!
Here it comes! The cage top being lowered into place. And Don, you can see every conceivable weapon hanging from the top of the cage. I see steel chairs, trash cans, kendo sticks. Everything but the kitchen sink up there.
And there is. It's unbelievable. I'm telling you what. There you see the ceiling. You see chairs, ladders, tables on top of the ceiling. I mean, anything and everything's in play. And as soon as it stops, everybody tries to grab whatever weapon's closest to them, because you don't want to get caught without one at this point, Mike.
And here we go, because all hell is about to break loose.
How about that? Nash using the chair to block the shots from the bat there by AJ, and then he slams him on the head with it. Oh, man, this is going to be hard to call, folks. We'll do the best we can. Just listen to the sounds.
Wait a minute, is that Storm? The Tennessee Cowboy is trying to make his way out of the cage and go up on top.
Well, he knows it's a place where he can have the vantage point.
He is up there.
Have the vantage point. But look at Christian Cage. Are you kidding me? Christian Cage doesn't hesitate for a minute. What? He goes right up there after him.
That's what a captain's all about. That's the leadership. The Instant Classic has made his way up to the top of the cage as well, where Storm's at, but Storm had that trash can lid.
Oh, what a shot by Sting on Tomko. Right now, Team Cage standing tall, but Storm's got the crowd. Oh, he's got the trash can lid and just crushes them. And let me tell you, the fall from there is even farther. Oh my God, it's just that visual of the two of them on top.
Well, that was the advantage that Storm had. Almost as if he waited and he got the Instant Classic Christian Cage and brought him right into his web. Is he going to try and suplex him up there?
Oh no, this is a waste.
This is dangerous.
This is just, you sit there and you just hold your breath. Oh, man. They busted right through the cage.
He sure did.
They busted through the cage, the force of the weight.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Storm almost went through.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. Oh, and he puts him right on that bar. Right on that bar that helps support the ceiling.
You can see that Storm's leg, it's almost as if it's trapped right through the hole in the top of the cage. Oh, the danger factor involved in the trash can lid shots, one after the other from Christian.
Look at the shots. And look at Storm. He's trying to fight going through. And you can see Christian knows he's got the advantage. Unbelievable as there's guys just beating each other up in the ring. Oh, look at this. The double team on Rhino. The double team by Team 3D.
Team 3D takes care of the War Machine. And Brother Ray with that trash can, squaring off with Kevin Nash. Look at this double choke slam. The two 7-footers, Matt Morgan and Kevin Nash working in unison. But then Tomko with the steel chair.
Oh, God. What a shot to the head. Oh, the drop kick by Sting on the chair. This is just unbelievable. Going for the Scorpion. Can he end it here?
That's right. We're at that point of the match. The referee, Earl Hebner, inside the cage. Earl's going to get over there and check to see if Tomko's going to tap. And AJ with the kendo stick breaks up the Scorpion.
Look at AJ Styles. He's cleaning house with the kendo stick. Keep in mind. Oh, wait a minute. Look on top of the ceiling. Christian Cage is setting up a table. You got to be kidding. Christian Cage is setting up a table on top.
Did you see that AJ Styles all of a sudden his attention
look at
was
AJ.
Up there because AJ thinks that he's going to try and help Storm. And look how quickly AJ goes up to the top of the cage.
Oh my gosh.
What's he got?
Oh, what a shot. What a shot. And now he's able to just put Christian on top. It's backfired. He wasn't counting on AJ climbing up, Mike.
Styles, how quickly he got up to the top of the cage to help his tag team partner in the Lethal Lockdown, James Storm.
What? They got the ladder. Oh my gosh. And you just...
Please.
No.
I'm begging you. I'm begging you at this point. This is too dangerous. This is too dangerous. AJ, what are you thinking?
Oh my God.
What are you thinking?
AJ, don't do this.
He's climbing the ladder.
Look at Christian though. Christian able to get up. Christian got up and Storm doesn't know it.
He
hits it from behind.
He doesn't have any idea. And Christian's got it. Christian going up the cage.
What is he doing? Oh my God, folks, if you could see this from our vantage point, you can see it right there. That tells the story. Holy cow, AJ. Christian, both of them.
Look out,
Oh my God.
Now Storm's going up on the side behind Christian.
Oh, you can see Storm falling down. It's Christian and AJ trading blows. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Look out.
And there they both go. Right through the table onto the ceiling. Unfreaking believable.
Bodies laid out all over the six-sided ring, but this is what went down on top of the cage.
Oh, man. Cage is out. Styles is out. And now Storm trying to make his way back in, I think, as everybody's laid out inside. And
you're damn right that was awesome. And it was as dangerous as hell, too.
And Storm now makes his way back in. Think about it. He's on his feet. He's getting a sip of brew. Oh, no, not that bottle.
Yes. Oh, God, he just broke the beer bottle. He broke the beer bottle over the head of Matt Morgan. Jacqueline handed it in. There's the door. There's the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winners, Team Christian Cage.
What a freaking door.
Every picture tells a story as you look at the Lethal Lockdown 6 sides of steel. The War Machine Rhino hits the gore to get the pin. Yes, Team Cage victorious.
Unreal what we saw there. But in the end, it took place in the middle of the ring as Rhino creamed him, cut him in half with a gore.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Cage gets the win, but up next in Lockdown, Samoa Joe, Kurt Angle.
It's real. It's damn real. Yeah!
Listen to this. Oh my God, Kurt Angle just headbutted Samoa Joe. Olympic slam! Olympic slam! For the evil of Samoa Joe!
Now look at all the security trying to separate these two, and they're like two mad dogs trying to get at each other.
The crowd going absolutely crazy, trying to figure out, and look at them just screaming at each other.
Is he gonna tap? He's just this close. You can see just inches away, but Angle pulls him back.
He's reaching for it. He's reaching, and Joe just taps out. Oh, and he pulls it back. Joe trying to get it into place. Look at him. Hey, he taps out. Joe's one.
He's trying to get the rope break. 5 seconds. 3 seconds. 2, 1.
He got it.
What the hell just happened here?
Look at the chair. Oh, my God. She was working it. Sync with Kurt Angle.
I think Samoa Joe is going to win his first World Heavyweight Championship at Lockdown. I think it's his time. I think he's been training. I think he's, more than anything, been mentally preparing, which is half the battle.
Kurt Angle is the most ferocious, vicious competitor that you'll ever meet in the athletic competition.
You know, Kurt Angle's a former Olympic gold medalist, and he's won 3 out of 4 matches with Samoa Joe. But Lockdown is different because at Lockdown, Joe's career is on the line. It's not just a match.
I think Samoa Joe has kind of locked himself down on this one. We made his prediction. If he loses, he's walking away from the sport of pro wrestling. He's backed himself into a corner.
It's going to be Joe. I mean, it's his destiny. It's his time. Kurt's a great champion, but without a doubt, Joe.
In any event in sports, it comes down to name recognition. You want one big name versus another big name, whether that's Oscar De La Hoya or Floyd Mayweather or Chuck Liddell or Randy Couture. And here we have Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, 2 of the biggest names in professional wrestling, coming together for the 5th time. It's name versus name, and that's what audiences want to see.
April 13th,
will be the most important wrestling match of my career. Are you willing to put your whole career and your livelihood on the line for this one main event match against the greatest wrestler of all time?
If I don't walk out of that ring the TNA Heavyweight Champion, I will never step foot in the ring for this or any other company ever again.
I've been TNA since day one. Everybody knows that when it comes to TNA, when it comes to the guy who's holding this company together, it wasn't you, Kurt. It was those that came before you. It was those who were hungry, who were providing a new alternative to sports entertainment. Despite what's happened in the past, when that steel door closes, just me and you. And every time it's been me and you, you've always lost. My career's on the line. And if I don't kick your ass, my career's over. So that only leaves one recourse. That only leaves one option, Kurt. And that's you passed out in the middle of the ring and me standing over you victorious.
The TNA World Heavyweight Championship is on the line as the Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe faces the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle in the 6 Sides of Steel.
And we are back live at the Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we've been waiting for, and there you see at ringside the wife of the Olympic gold medalist, the reigning TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, it's Karen Angle, here to show, yes, support for her man. Even though they're separated, she's here to watch Kurt Angle square off against Samoa Joe. Back at the broadcast table, Don and I joined as well by UFC and Pride fighter Frank Trigg. Frank's going to be here for commentary during this matchup. Frank, we can't wait to get your thoughts on this big title showdown, and we will do so once we get the competitors introduced tonight here in our great Lockdown main event. Let's break it down right off the top with the tail of the tape in these two competitors. Yes, World Heavyweight Championship matchup. Main event, second half of the double main, the Samoa Joe Kurt Angle match. And here's the numbers behind our main event. Pronounced advantage of Samoa Joe obvious. Compare the weights of the challenger and the champion. Experience edge, it's got to be Angle. Amateur background, Olympic gold medal and the like. Head-to-head, well, 4 fights between these two. 3 of the 4 meetings give a strong mental edge to Angle. Wife Karen asked for a separation. Kurt was thrilled. It's going to allow him to have no distractions for the match. From the moment he realized he wanted to be a wrestler, Joe's dreamed of being the World Heavyweight Champion. The passion to succeed caused him to sign the contract. If he fails to defeat Angle and win the TNA title, he's going to have to leave professional wrestling forever. And here comes the challenger. Samoa Joe, you can see walking from the backstage area towards the ring. Frank Trigg, you've already gone on record as saying that he's locked himself down.
A little nervous, looks like. Obviously walking in, I'd be nervous too, thinking getting ready for my career to be on the end of it. Hopefully the champagne bottles are in the background, ready for him to celebrate his long career, but I really don't see him being well.
Boy, you call it nervousness? I think he's just totally focused on the task at hand.
He stands 6'2" and weighs in at 280 pounds. The Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe, started his path of destruction in TNA in 2005. He is a ground and pound specialist that has a mixed martial arts background with extensive training in Japan. Samoa Joe continues his quest for his first TNA World Championship as he meets his nemesis Kurt Angle tonight. If he wins, Joe will have his name etched in TNA history forever as one of the elite. If he loses, Joe will sacrifice everything, including his wrestling career.
What an amazing spectacle it is. The family of the challenger, the family of Samoa Joe, here to show his support. The tradition of the Samoan fire dance is going to bring the challenger and #1 contender into the arena.
That's a lot of added pressure on a man to sit there and go, hey, I'm going to lock myself down. If I lose, I'm going home. And I'm never going to be seeing this arena ever again. That put a lot of pressure on Samoa Joe. Marcus Davis told me he did train hard for the 5 weeks they had together. He really tried to put it together. Hopefully it's enough against a great guy like Kurt Angle.
The roar absolutely deafening as he comes out. You see the embrace with the man who's trained him, the man from Ireland wearing the kilt, talking about Marcus Davis. It's time to introduce the TNA champ. And here he comes. Frank Trigg, you've gone on record. You made the prediction. You said Kurt Angle will not only retain that title, but he will take Samoa Joe's career and extinguish it tonight.
And I feel kind of bad for Kurt because Kurt really doesn't want to have to end a guy's career like that, but Joe's the one that said, he said, if I lose, I'm going home and I'm going to stay home. Kurt's just doing his job. He wants to keep that belt. This is something he's always strived after, making sure he keeps his belts and keeps his medals. It's another piece he's not going to let go.
I think that Kurt Angle would look at it as a major notch in his belt if he's able to end the career of Samoa Joe.
He stands 6'1" and weighs in at 235 pounds. Perhaps the greatest wrestler in the world today. Kurt Angle has taken TNA by storm since arriving in 2006. Kurt Angle became the first ever TNA World Heavyweight Champion at TNA Slammiversary in 2007. The only gold medalist in professional wrestling history, Angle is also a 12-time world champion and 3-time NCAA All-American. Kurt Angle has held the TNA World Heavyweight Championship for nearly a year, and this is his 5th meeting against Samoa Joe.
Frank Trigg, how big of a mental edge is it when you've had 4 head-to-head meetings and you've been victorious in 3 out of the 4?
It's always more difficult every time you face a guy. It's even harder when you face a guy twice and lost to him twice. Imagine having that advantage when you face a guy 4 times, beat him 3 out of the 4. That puts a huge mental edge on the side of Kurt Angle and makes Samoa Joe a little bit more nervous as Kurt steps into the ring right now.
Does it make him more nervous, or does it light the fire under Samoa Joe even more?
Well, like the brothers were doing with the fire dance earlier tonight, hopefully it is true. It does light him up a little bit more.
To me, I think the important part is going to be the beginning of this match. Not letting emotions take over and take out your energy. You've got to realize you've got to pace yourself and wait for that opportunity.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have been waiting for. The second half of our Lockdown double main event. Challenger and champion inside the 6 sides of steel. At this time, we send it inside the cage and Jeremy Borash for the introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World. When the bell rings, the man in charge, TNA senior official Mr. Rudy Charles, and here tonight to present the TNA Heavyweight Championship title belt to the winner, UFC fighter, the Irish hand grenade, Marcus Davis. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from the Songus Arena in Lowell, Massachusetts, it's time for your TNA Lockdown main event of the evening. Introducing, first of all, standing in the corner to my right. He weighed in this morning at 280 pounds and comes to us from the Isle of Samoa. He is the #1 contender for the TNA Heavyweight Championship of the World, the Samoan Submission Machine, Samoa Joe. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, standing in the corner to my left, he weighed in this morning at 235 pounds and comes to us from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He is professional wrestling's only Olympic gold medalist and the current reigning and defending TNA heavyweight champion of the world, Kurt Angle.
There you see the prize being held high up above the head of referee Rudy Charles, the TNA World Heavyweight Championship belt. But equally, if not more important, the fact that Samoa Joe is putting his career at stake in this match. If he doesn't defeat Angle, if he doesn't win the gold, as we see wife Karen looking on from ringside, then Samoa Joe promises that he will walk away from professional wrestling forever. Frank Trigg, the look on the face of Kurt Angle as he was preparing for this match. What's he doing here?
Kurt Angle, I'm trying to listen to this. He is pointing at his wife.
Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
Get her out of here.
He's saying, get her out of here.
Get her out of here. I want her
And you can see that we have security coming over to the guardrail.
Wow.
And he's asking his wife, Karen Angle, to leave the ringside area. Frank, is this a case where Kurt is so focused on Samoa Joe that he wants zero distractions?
Now, you have to understand, most people say this is me because, Karen's here to support him, sit in the corner. But I have a deal with my wife, Nikki, that she's not allowed to see me from the moment we show up in the arena until the fight is over. With her being in the corner right there by Kurt on his side of the cage, it is a distraction to him. If he wants to leave, she needs to get up and get out. She has to get up and leave.
And you can see that she's not happy here, that security, they asked her to leave nicely. It's almost as if now they're trying to remove her from the ringside area, and they do. And you hear the opening bell, and here we go. It's finally here. It's Kurt Angle and it's Samoa Joe in our Lockdown main event.
You know what, though? I think that's good for both sides. Obviously, Kurt Angle doesn't want the distraction. He doesn't want to look at her and see anything and have anything in his mind. And after what Joe's gone through in the past with Karen Angle, I think it's good for him too, Mike. The two of them just be warriors and go at it, and it's on.
Angle charges in at Samoa Joe, who uses his weight to turn Angle around and gain the advantage. Referee Rudy Charles with the count, going to try and separate the two. Well, you can just sense that both men are tentative here in the opening minute.
Kurt's using a lot of hand speed, but he's using a lot of energy with his hand speed because he's trying to get inside of Samoa Joe's kicks. Oh, great kick. He's trying to get inside, though, of Samoa Joe's big right leg kick was coming towards his head, and to do that, he had to use a lot of hands early. I don't know if Kurt can keep up that kind of pace. He's not used to using his hands to box like that.
We saw the first strike from Kurt Angle, the kick to the leg of Samoa Joe, and there it is again. In the back of my mind, I've got to be thinking that Kurt Angle, with those leg kicks, he's trying to think down the line, down the road in this match, in anticipation of using the ankle lock submission.
Frank, I got to ask you, too, what kind of an advantage did you see Joe going for the kicks? And you can see Angle trying to lock it out, and then Joe, look at this.
Oh, wow.
Joe, get the ankle lock here, and no, Kurt got the rope.
He's made a nice knee bar. He's in a good position. It's too bad the ropes came in the way, though.
I'm going to ask you, what kind of an advantage, if any, does it give Kurt not to have the shoes on right now, to have the ankles taped out there in the ring?
Well, because of the leg locks and knee bars and heel hooks that Samoa Joe likes to go after, it's going to be easy for Kurt to get out. It's a better defensive tactic to have the shoes on.
Angle, great move in. Started with the single leg, then took Joe down with both legs, and Angle right on top of him, getting in a couple of blows. But I think because he's so close to Samoa Joe at this point, he doesn't have that distance, he doesn't have the power behind the shots.
It's called stuffing your punches. Kurt was actually stuffing his own punches by being that close. He has to work on his ground and pound game a little bit by sitting up taller, where you have your head on his chest, you're going to stuff your punches, you're not going to get a good blow off.
One thing I'm impressed with is the training that Joe's gone through. Whoa. The training with Marcus Davis. I mean, think about the history of Marcus Davis, the things that he's done, the different styles that he's seen. The guy was even a sparring partner for Mickey Ward. He's seen all different styles. That's got to help Joe as this match goes on.
We have a trainer like Marcus Davis. He gets the game. He understands the ups and downs. He's had his downs. in his MMA career. He's been kicked out of the biggest organizations and brought back in again. It's been tough for him. So he can put that on Samoa Joe, saying, look, I've lost my fights, you've lost your fights. This is a big fight for you. You put a lot of pressure on yourself. If anybody can help Samoa Joe get through it, it's Marcus Davis.
Angle has been so impressive with those 2 early takedowns in the match. And again, look how quickly, he shoots in, but he left himself wide open. Joe caught him with the kick.
Wow, nice kick, great punch.
He just scouted it, he waited for it, he saw the opportunity, and look at him. Joe just going now. Kurt getting the arms wrapped around the head.
Smart job holding him in. Talking about a big weight difference, a big size difference between these 2 competitors. Kurt's doing a good job of maintaining, keeping him close. Like earlier when he was stuffing his own punches, now he's got a shot at keeping him on top of him and not getting hit.
That really is the key at that point, closing the distance between the 2 competitors. As Frank explained, when you're so close to your opponent, you don't have the ability to wind up and use that extra power behind your strikes.
Now you notice the pace has slowed way down. We're starting to get into it a little bit. Now we're out of that feeling each other out there like you always see in boxing in the first round. Now they're actually really trying to work their technique and trying to find the opening.
Well, I'm impressed how neither one of them let themselves wear themselves out too early. Like you said, they felt each other out. Nobody made any stupid mistakes. Whoa! That's what a Joe! What a move as he flips him over.
Great hip toss. For as big as Samoa Joe is, you see him, he looks a little heavy, got a little fat going around his stomach. You wouldn't think he can move as quick as he can. Look at that hit moment with that throw. That was a huge shot from Samoa Joe to get Kurt to move like that.
It's that old story about don't judge that book by its cover. Don't do that when it comes to Samoa Joe. Frank, I'm not sure whether you noticed, but when Samoa Joe had, look at Angle! What an explosive suplex!
Wow, great job by Kurt. Got his hips underneath, good body lock, picked him up, and threw Samoa Joe right on his back.
Right on the back of his head, and I saw Joe grab the back of it, and the pain in his face, and you wonder something like that can unnerve you. Look at Joe, look at the pain.
See how Kurt's arm is underneath Joe's chin. He's got a great choke on. If he can slide, if Kurt can slide this right side like he's doing now, he may be able to finish this choke off and get a submission here.
Well, look at the face of Samoa Joe.
Oh, he got the boot on the ropes. Got the boot on the ropes. Good move, having good ring awareness.
Fortunate ring positioning for Samoa Joe at that point. If they're out in the middle of the 6-sided ring, I'm not sure that Joe would be able to wear it off. And how about that strike? The knee right to the head on Samoa Joe, and then Angle's got him. Continuous shots in the corner.
This is the kind of pace we used to see Kurt Angle maintain. He can keep this kind of pace for 20, 30, 40 minutes if he has to. I don't know if Samoa Joe's in shape to be able to maintain it.
Frank Trigg, you've been training with both champion and challenger. You say when it comes to dedication, there's nobody like Kurt Angle.
No, you won't find anybody. He's the first one to show up for practice and last one to leave. He's the guy that's always here early, even his pro wrestling career. He's here earlier than everybody else. He stays later than everybody else because of his dedication.
Joe's got to find a way to get the momentum headed his way. Oh! A belly release. Unbelievable, right overhead.
That's near 300 pounds that he took over. I'm going to say with relative ease, then goes right for the cover. But again, fortunate ring positioning for Samoa Joe, where he's able to reach out and get the rope break.
Very smart. It's one of the tactics also used in pancrase over in Japan is that the ring, you have a way to get out if you're able to use it, if you can get the side of the ropes. That's what Samoa Joe's doing right now. It's saving him. Smart move.
Oh, man, what an uppercut that time. And you saw that Joe just went down like a big tree.
I'll tell you, Kurt Angle right now is absolutely controlling this match just the way that he wants. And look at that.
Trying to step into his armbar.
There it is. He's trying, and the perfect defense by Joe.
Great job getting his hands locked in. He's trying to stuff it in. He's got to slide his elbow out. See his right arm as the arm is caught. He get his elbow slid out a little bit. He's out of the way.
But he gets to his feet. He gets to his feet. He almost got a pin. Almost stuck one in on Angle.
Joe seems to be using a lot better smart tactics. A lot better match tactics than Angle does. He's using the ring ropes to get out of the positions. When he's caught in an armbar, he's going right to a pinning position. Samoa Joe seems to be getting the advantage of the tactical space right now.
Might have something to do with the training of Marcus Davis.
You know, I was making fun of Marcus Davis earlier because he always walks around in a dress. But honestly, wow. I gotta give him his props. He walked around in a kilt. He's really chose Samoa Joe a lot of good positions.
You see that move by Angle? He went for the knee of Samoa Joe and he dropped it. He took him down, again in my mind, in anticipation of working on that leg for possibly an ankle lock or a figure 4 leg lock like this. There's the figure 4.
Wow. He's got it locked in. And look at the positioning.
That's the key.
He's got to go somewhere. And he's barely got the shoulder on. Oh, man. He has got the wrong spot to get the ropes here, Mike. He is facing in the wrong direction.
Remember when Kurt Angle used the figure 4 leg lock against Yuji Nagata on Global Impact?
The only way
over
for
in
Joe
Japan, and he's using it again.
The only way for Joe to get out of this, he has to actually roll to his back, which puts him in a pinning position. The one way he has to go to get out, he has to put himself in more danger to go towards the ropes. He's actually increasing his pain.
He couldn't get over, though. He tried to roll over. It's just as it looked like he was going to. Kurt Angle rolled him right back.
This is one of those times. This is one of those times you're glad that you're the bigger guy, because that extra 50 pounds will be able to get you to move around. This is where Joe needs to use his weight.
And Joe trying to take advantage of the weight edge that he has, trying to rule this thing over and try and get the edge, but Kurt Angle just cranks right back on it.
Almost got pinned as his shoulder blades were to the mat. You can see referee Rudy Charles. He's counting. Joe is going to fight the pain. He's going to listen to the count. He's got so much on his mind, and he's too far from the ropes. I don't know if he can hold on.
The wrench on his ankle, the wrench on his knee. I mean, this is amazing. For him, the only way, like I said, for him to go is go towards the ropes. He's going to make this thing a little bit tighter. Also, though, if you can notice how Kurt's leg is caught inside, Joe can put a little pressure on Kurt's knee if he slides his butt a little bit closer to Kurt.
How is this going to change the complexion of the match going forward?
Once you get out of this position, your legs are shot. He's got no way to move. He's having a hard time being able to keep on his feet. It's going to slow Samoa Joe down. So if he gets out of this, he's going to have a lot less mobility.
Exactly. In other words, if he doesn't tap out, if he doesn't submit from this, you're still going to see that wear down factor come into play as Joe finally uses that weight to turn him over.
He's done it. He's turned him over, and he's using his weight, and Kurt Angle grabs the rope to break it up. Wow, Samoa Joe. What resilience, guys. What resilience.
Oh, and Joe gets to his feet, but you can see that he's noticeably not moving as well as he was before. And what does Angle do? Immediately, right back to the offensive. Oh, what a strike to the leg. Right on the knee.
Those legs are numb, aren't they, Frank? And look at him go for the knee. Oh, my God, Joe's in pain.
If they're not numb, I'm praying that they are at this point. There's so much pain going on. The wrenching on the knee that's happened. Oh, great job. The wrenching on the knee, the wrenching on the ankle. He's in so much pain right now. Anything that Kurt does to us can expound it.
Look how quickly, though, Angle was able to float right over on Joe. And now, after working on the lower half of his body, he's going to try and work on the upper half, working on the head of Joe.
Just like boxing, you attack the body to make the head a little bit weaker. Kurt Angle's doing the exact same thing right now.
Samoa Joe looking for any opening, looking for that window to open just a crack. But again, rings his bell, and what a
oh my God!
Wow!
Decapitation, clothesline by Samoa Joe. It was a desperation move, but you got to admit it paid off, because look at Angle, and Joe still favoring the leg and knee.
He's trying to get some kind of feeling in there, trying to get some kind of a break, but this might be what he needs. He's got to get some air in his lungs, Frank.
He needs a little bit of a break to kind of get his legs back underneath him, let the pace aside a little bit, plus get some air back in his lungs. Like you said, he hit Kurt Angle so hard, he almost did a complete backflip. I don't know how much Chris is going to recover.
Follow strikes, series of forearm shots, and then another clothesline Dex Angle. Here comes Joe charging into the corner. How about that knee?
He just amazes you how agile he is for a big man. As the knee hits it, but the elbow by Kurt Angle stops it. What a kick! What a kick by Joe!
Could it be the muscle buster out of the corner? He's got him up, but Angle into a roll-up. And now Angle's got the leg of Joe.
You can see Joe.
Great ankle lock.
He's got the ankle lock cinched in.
Wow. Just when it looked like Joe was going to take control, just when it looked like he's going to hit the muscle buster, you see that Kurt Angle's got the ankle of Samoa Joe.
The applicability of both of these guys is amazing. Samoa Joe kicked Kurt Angle about 8 feet in the air in the face. As soon as he rolled over, Kurt got out of the position, rolled on top, and immediately went to the ankle lock. These guys still have so much energy left in them, and we're already into this match so deep, and they've done so much already. Damage to each guy.
What a slam!
Cover.
1, 2. Just in time. Unbelievable the strength there. Caught Kurt Angle in midair and just used that strength and just slammed him down.
Joe, I think that time on the receiving end of an eye rake from Angle, but Joe able to fight back first with the kick. Gonna take him up. Power bombs him. Pin.
1, 2. No.
I'm getting a little nervous here.
Look at this. Joe's got the legs hooked. Boston Crab. Now, looking to put the knee right in the lower part of his back. He's got the Boston crab submission.
Can he get it? Look at this. He's gonna tap out. He's gotta tap out.
Look at Angle's hand.
Oh, no.
Look at Angle's hand. Is he gonna tap?
Pushing himself.
He's in so much pain in this position.
But that's the perfect counter if you think about it.
He pulls it
Oh
back.
my! And now look at this. He's got the crossface applied.
This is wrenching on the knee, wrenching on the hip. He pulls that head back a little bit. He's going to wrench on the back at the same time. It's a 3-spot. He's a trifecta submission. This is a great spot for Samoa Joe. He uses very limited energy as he can actually rest while Kurt is spending all the energy trying to maintain it.
Boy, that's a great point frame, Trig, as Samoa Joe continues to work on the head with the crossface. At the same time, he's got the leg grapevine and Angle doing everything within his power to try and get to the ropes. And at the same time, Joe doing everything to try and prevent him to get that rope break. Oh, look how close Angle is. But look at the way Joe has his eyes covered.
Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? Is he gonna tap? Oh man, look at that. Look, he's grabbing the ankle. He's grabbing the ankle of Joe. He's worked his way to it. And now Kurt Angle has the advantage.
What a reversal. Almost being submitted, almost tapping out, finding his way into another submission position for himself. Both guys back and forth. This is really getting close. I have so much more impressed with Samoa Joe than before. I have to take back half the words I said. I think he came into this match underprepared. I lied to myself. He really is prepared. Marcus Davis got him ready for this.
He turned it around. He just countered it on Angle.
Joe with all the force and all the power that he can muster, working on the head of Kurt Angle, because you know that Samoa Joe in the back of his mind has to be thinking that his entire wrestling life, his livelihood, his career is at stake in this match.
Pulling back with everything that he's got. Kurt trying to slide out from under him. And look at him pull back on the head. Pull back on the neck. Oh, the pain that Kurt Angle's got to be in.
At the same time, he's got Angle's, well, momentarily he had Angle's arm hook, but you saw that Kurt was able to use that mat skills, the grappling ability to try and snake his way out of there and get the break. Oh, he turns right at him, but Joe's got the arm hooked in again. I think he's got him. Is that another crossface? I can't see it from this shot.
It does. It looks like it is another crossface. He's got to pull it back in again. This, you get in it, all of a sudden you get out of it, you think, hey, I'm safe, and you're back into it again. This is not good for Kurt's back and neck.
Oh, look at Kurt! He's got him off! Olympic slam! Oh,
here it is! Pin!
1, 2! Yeah, he pulled out of it! Unbelievable!
How are they having this match sense? How are they keeping this together? Every position change, every spot change.
Angle again, sights set on the ankle of Samoa Joe, and he's got the submission hold applied. And look at the ring positioning. Could it be better for Kurt Angle?
Nice in the center, right in the middle. No ring rope grabbing at this point. Samoa Joe's going to find another way out of it.
Free leg, the free leg of Joe, but it just momentarily stopped Kurt, who maintains his grip.
And not only does he exert the effort, it looks like Kurt Angle's got even better positioning. Oh, he's on his feet, he's pulling back on that ankle. Joe's going to tap.
Look at this, his hands up. This is your career. This is your livelihood at stake, Joe. Oh, but look how far he's away from the rope. It's like he's in no man's land.
Again, every time he turns around, oh, look at him. Oh, he turned it back in his way.
Rear naked choke.
Great position. He's got it right to the chin. He's got it in tight. He's just sinking it a little bit deeper with his right hand. Got his legs crossed over his body. Kurt's stuck.
Look at Kurt using the referee. The referee trying to pull, but it's bringing Kurt closer to the rope.
That's exactly what's happening. The referee's trying to break the grip of Angle, but all it did was it moved Angle closer to the rope to get the break.
The referee let it go because he knew it was desperation. I can't believe it.
How great was that?
How great was
using
that?
The ref to using the ref to help you out.
You're talking about Olympic gold medalist using a move like that.
Oh, Joe was mad, and he lost his focus. Wait a minute.
He went for the slam again, but Joe has rising headfirst into the steel.
Oh, what a kick! What a kick! Going back after him.
Oh, could it be muscle buster time again? Here we go. He's got him in.
He's got him. He's got him. Can he hit it?
Oh!
Here we go. 1, 2.
Oh, no!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, and new
an effort.
Wow. I cannot believe he pulled that up. I thought Kurt was going to get out of the muscle buster again at least one more time. Great job. I really did not give Samoa Joe a chance in this. You guys heard me earlier. I didn't think Samoa Joe really had any shot at beating Kurt Angle. More than he proved me wrong. He deserves this belt. He almost was submitted 4 or 5 different times. He was outclassed in takedowns. He stayed with his tactics. He stayed with his game plan, and he pulled it together.
And the belt presentation. Belt presentation made by Joe's trainer, UFC fighter Marcus Davis. What a proud moment for the Samoan submission machine to hit that muscle buster and gain the 3 count, and not only become TNA champion, but to keep his professional wrestling career alive. And there you see the post-match embrace with Marcus Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look. Let's take a video review, a recap of this great main event.
What a kick right there by Samoa Joe. This is when he started making the comeback. But Kurt Angle with the belly-to-belly and then taking the leg out. I mean, then Kurt had the leg grabbed in, and it looked like Joe was going to tap. But Joe somehow turned that around, and then the decapitation clothesline. Whoa, then the shot to the chin, the kick, and then that power slam. And everybody realized it might be a magical night. But the Olympic slam took Joe there, and it was all Kurt Angle right here.
Here we go. Samoa Joe obviously in so much pain. Here it comes, the big kick to the head. I can't believe he's still enough energy in his legs to get it up. Then he immediately knows, I know exactly when I'm going to finish this fight. Here it comes. I'm going to end it on the biggest note possible. Samoa Joe, your heavyweight champion of the world.
What a moment for Samoa Joe. He put it all on the line, Mike. Every bit of it on the line.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been a part of history. Sunday, April the 13th, 2008 will always be remembered as the night that Samoa Joe became TNA World Heavyweight Champion.
This has been a presentation of TNA Entertainment.